We be live! Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. We are live.
What happened? What happened to the thing? You didn't do the thing.
Because we skipped. we broke the tradition. We skipped last week.
We broke the tradition.
Yeah, I know. I've been struggling. I was like, man, we should have done one on Monday. But then you were like, nah, let's just skip it. Let's just do it next Sunday.
Yeah, I'm playing around with Midjourney.
Yeah, okay. I noticed that. You're a busy man. You're like you've got a show. You're making solo videos. You got a show with Susanna. You got a show with this other dude. What's his name?
Elliot, Secular Jihadists.
Yes, yeah.
But I also have the Persian show a lot.
Yes, you got that as well. Man, that's a lot. You must love this.
Yeah, it's fun. But I'm also making hijabi art with in lingerie and stuff like that.
So hijabs up top, but underneath would be lingerie.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Well, what are you working on? You're gonna create a new kind of kink.
I'm gonna make T-shirts and stuff. With AI art. I don't know, people who like.
Yeah,
anybody that is into. Yeah. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I know it's beautiful, but who would want to wear it? Because some person might get offended. They'll be like, "Oh, what kind of you're fetishizing over our women in hijab?"
I mean, yes, that's exactly what we're doing. I'm gonna do a prompt. Maybe I'll show you on screen what I have. Soheil is saying audio is great. Thank you so much. Darko is here. We have Patron questions, but you have certain things. So guys, we're going to be answering Patron questions. Super chats. If you're not a patron, but you still want to ask questions, just send super chats on Higher Sultan's channel or on the Secular Jihadists channel. Okay. So we will answer the questions if there are any super chats. But before we go through the questions, Harris, you have some topics that you want to...
I do have some topics. Okay, so let's just start with.
Wait, before you start, do you want to see what I just prompted from? What I just prompted on Midjourney? Do you want to see?
Sure.
Look at this. Look at what I just made this. Yeah.
Oh, that's not that.
Yeah, I know. It shouldn't be that exotic. I don't want to get banned. I want to just make it. I wanted to make it sexy enough for it to be.
It's not explicit.
No, not explicit. I want to make it so that it's cute, it's sexy, it's hijabi. It's enough. It's enough for people to be like, why would anybody be offended by this? But at the same time, a lot of people would be offended by it. But I don't know. I like the style. Don't you like the style? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. This AI art. Yeah, I wonder. Sometimes you have to play around with it. You just have to keep changing the description, and then it comes up, and then yeah, I know. I like it. I made a video on my Urdu channel about why did Prophet Muhammad hate dogs. So I went on this AI thing, this website, and I said, middle-aged Arab man running away from a ferocious dog, and that ended up being my thumbnail. So
wait, somebody is saying it's not very realistic. Well, I asked for anime. I could make it if you want realistic. I could make it.
Realistic. Yeah, you have to put realistic.
Yeah.
Dean was saying not so realistic. I think Dean is the guy who actually showed me how to create those.
Yeah, you can make realistic if you want. I'm making it realistic to show.
Look at this. This is my experiment with it. Prophet Muhammad. I didn't say Prophet Muhammad is running away. This is Prophet Muhammad. I just said, why did Prophet Muhammad hate dogs?
You did?
Yeah, I did. I think that's the one I chose.
This is the answer now.
There is so much that we can actually use. We can play around with in AI.
Yeah.
There's so many things that we can just think of, and then we're like, yeah, just put it in, and then you got to play around with it a little bit, but then you end up spending a lot of time.
So I should have put, you could put realistic or hyper realistic. I put realistic and this showed up, but I think I should put hyper realistic photo or something. Yeah. This one at the top right is weird. I don't know why she's so angry.
Yeah, she's angry. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, that's a classic case. Yeah. Just put tight leggings or no gym? What are they called? Latex gym? No, not latex. What are those ones that little thing goes down the crack? What's that thing called? In those gym pants, those little...
yoga pants? No.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No.
Yeah, well, I
Latex?
guess they are. I guess they are yoga pants. Let me see. But I don't know what's that crease called that goes down the crack. It just makes it gives the bum a look of a bit more plump. Hang on.
Let's see. Latex. I could put
No,
latex.
not necessarily.
See what comes up.
Oh no! Wait.
People are saying yoga pants.
Yeah, like
we're having too much fun.
Oh my god, what am I doing? Gosh, yeah, I know I'll get in trouble, but no, but this is purely.
Oh, here, this is what you're saying.
Yeah, what am I saying? Yeah, show me.
Here, no.
I really want to know what it is called because it's very embarrassing. I actually don't know. No, not that. No, I'm saying that these yoga pants or these gym pants or these leggings or whatever, like these ones, they've got.
Don't show it. Be careful. Be careful.
No, this is not anything. But I'm saying they usually have this little crease that goes, like this one. See that? See that this creasing? That just kind of exaggerates the roundness of the bottom. I don't know why I'm seeing. I don't know what that's. I don't know what those pants are called. What are they called? You want to tell me?
I don't know. I have no idea. Yoga pants.
Yoga pants, but again, that little crease thing around the butt, like it just.
Anyways, let's go to the tub. Let's go to the questions.
I'll just send a photo for a reference to anyone I'm trying to explain.
Wondering.
By the way,
leave your comments.
Here it is.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. So those of you might not know him, but I'm just going to take 5-6 minutes to actually explain. Somebody big died today. His name was President Pervez Musharraf. Now, this guy.
I'm sure president was not his name. But okay.
I didn't say that was his full name. I'm just explaining.
You said his name was President something.
Okay. Tino, cut that out. Let's start again. Take 2, action. All right. So somebody really famous died today. President Pervez Musharraf, ex-army chief and ex-president of Pakistan. Now, I'll give you a little bit of a backdrop just so you understand who he was, what his legacy would be. So he was... by the way, he died in Dubai after a long illness, mystery illness, which was a very rare illness, but which was never made public. I'm sure they might make it public now. He was 79, and he had been living in Dubai since 2008. He stayed in Pakistan briefly, but ever since then, he's been living. When he was ousted from his position as president of Pakistan, he moved to Dubai, and in 2016 or 17, he was diagnosed with some sort of a mystery illness. So what his legacy is and why is he important, or why was he important at one point? He was obviously a key U.S. ally in this war on terror, and he was accused of being an American puppet, which he probably was, but America did not install him there, contrary to popular belief, because America gets a lot of stick for supporting these dictators, so to speak. But this is not a dictator like Stalin, where people would be worried about. I actually, when I left Pakistan in 2003, I was actually there at that time, and we were really happy. He floated this idea of enlightened moderation, and because at that time Pakistan was fighting this war on terror, so Musharraf decided that it's time for us to take away from Islam, or just call this enlightened moderation. But like everything else, whatever dictators enforce on you, it never lasts long. And obviously, Pakistan went back into. And oh, by the way, as
exactly.
So when he tried to impose this, people actually reacted even more, and Pakistan faced one of the worst waves of terrorism back in 2004 and 5. That's the time when roughly 70,000 Pakistanis died because these Taliban, TTP, Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, formed at that time, because their main grievance was that Musharraf is the stooge of United States. United States is the enemy of Islam and killing us Muslims. Therefore, Pakistan is a fair game as well. And 70,000 people died. But let me take you a little bit back. Pakistan, Hillary Clinton correctly said that if you want to know the real example of a deep state, then that is Pakistan is a picture-perfect example of that. And this is not a conspiracy theory. In Pakistan, the real power lies in the hands of the military establishment. Everyone knows that. Even military establishment, they come out and they just say that, okay, from now on, we're going to be neutral. We're not going to interfere in Pakistani politics. But we all know it's a proto-democracy. The prime ministers and the MNAs and the MPAs, they are actually given a green light by the military establishment of Pakistan. So in the first Afghan war that took place between 1979 to 1989, in 1979, Pakistan Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was ousted by then military General Ziaul Haq. Now, at around the same time, Afghan Jihad happened, Iranian Revolution happened, and America all of a sudden found itself in need of some Pakistani help. So United States sent in dollars, weapons, etc., and then they started this Afghan Jihad against the Soviet invaders. So everything was fine. Pakistan got militarized. That's the time when Pakistan got more Islamized as well. But in 1988, General Ziaul Haq died in a plane crash. A lot of people say that United States CIA was behind that, but it's a conspiracy theory. We don't know for sure. Then Zulfikar Ali Bhutto's daughter, Benazir Bhutto, she came to power, and she stayed in power until 1991, until she was ousted by the president. Back in those days, Pakistan had this constitutional amendment where the president could kick out a prime minister, but everyone knows that was done at the behest of the then military general. Can't remember his name. I think it was called General Kakar. I think that was his name. So anyway, and then came Nawaz Sharif. Nawaz Sharif became the prime minister for Pakistan in 1991, and then he was also ousted in 1994. Benazir Bhutto came again. 1993, 91 to 93, and then Benazir Bhutto came to power again, 93 to 95, and then 90. First one was 91 to 94, then 94 to 97, and then Nawaz Sharif came again in power 97, and then he was ousted this time by previously. The military general or the military establishments were forcing the president to kick them out, and then let's start new elections. So the whole of 90s was wasted in that case, and that's why Pakistan was called a proto-democracy at that time. There was no democracy. It was just no one. There has never been in the 75-year history of Pakistan, not one prime minister has ever served his full term, and even at that point, it was the political life of any prime minister was even shorter back then. General Musharraf, his predecessor was kicked out by Nawaz Sharif, who was the prime minister at the time. There was a big tussle going on. Nawaz Sharif was the then prime minister of Pakistan was trying to regain control. He was saying that, okay, the military establishment should be underneath the civilian leadership, etc. But it didn't happen. One of the General Jahangir Karamat was kicked out. He was fine. And then Nawaz Sharif put General Musharraf there. General Musharraf was a maverick. He was a hero. He wanted to be a hero, whatever. So he invaded India in 1999 called Kargil. You guys might know as the Kargil War. Now, that was Pakistan's version of Little Green Men who entered the Kargil, the mountains of Kargil. I think they're called Tiger Hills. But anyway, this is the Indian Kashmir, held Kashmir. Pakistan said, well, sorry, we don't know. These guys are not our guys. Pakistan military denied owning them. And they said, well, these guys are mujahideens. These guys are freedom fighters. Indian army came hard at them. Indian army just started, destroying their positions in the mountains, etc. And Indians say that when... Then Musharraf realized his mistake, and then he went to Nawaz Sharif, who had no idea at that point. It was not this attack was not approved by the civilian leadership of Pakistan. So he went to Pakistan and Nawaz Sharif, and he said, "Oh, please go to the United States of America and give us face saving. Let us somehow help us get out of there." So Bill Clinton, he called in with then Prime Minister Vajpayee of India at that time, and they said, "Okay, well, you know what? Let's just cease fire and let's just end this." So it was a major disaster. A lot of Pakistanis died. There were Pakistani soldiers, but Pakistan did not initially recognize them. But then, stupidly enough, they actually gave them medals, people who survived. So that's the character of General Musharraf. He attacked India on his own without any approval from the civilian leadership. Now, Musharraf was sore. He was bitter. So what he did, he actually overthrew Nawaz Sharif's government, and then he became the president. That's the time he became the president of Pakistan. Nawaz Sharif was put in jail, and then he was kicked to Saudi Arabia, and Musharraf enjoyed power, absolute power. Luckily for by the way, at that time, President Bill Clinton was scheduled to tour India and Pakistan, but then in the meantime, this thing happened. So President Bill Clinton only went to India, and he did not want to come to Pakistan because I think he stopped for like an hour or something. But he said, you know what, I don't want to have anything to do with this military dictator. You've overthrown democracy, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, Pakistan got banned, shunned away by the West. But then, luckily for Musharraf, September 11, 2001 happened. And Pakistan all of a sudden became this leading country in this war on terror. And Musharraf formed this friendship relationship, whatever, with then President George W. Bush. And a lot of dollars started pouring into Pakistan. And all of a sudden, everything was good. Pakistan's economy started going up. We started seeing Pakistan getting modernized, etc. And that's the time in 2003 when I left Pakistan and I came to Australia. Geez, I'm so old. Anyway,
can you do it? Can you do the history lesson faster so we can get to it?
Yeah, almost done. I'm up to 2003. So anyway, so then this terrorism thing started happening. Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, the Pakistani version of Taliban, they formed. They hated Musharraf. He survived 3 assassination attempts, etc., etc. And then he was forced to hold true elections. So true elections were held in 2008. Unfortunately, 5 months earlier, Benazir Bhutto, she was assassinated by the Taliban. So as a result, her party won the general elections in 2008. Zardari came to power and he kicked out Musharraf, and Musharraf went to, he self-exiled himself to Dubai, and that's where he had been living there. He formed a political party there for a little bit, but then nothing really came out of it because he was just a dead horse by that point. One more legacy part of it is, even though he did attack India back in 98 in Kargil, and then he became an ardent supporter of India-Pakistan peace, Aman ki Asha. Pakistan and India should be friends, and he infamously walked in Agra. He took photos in front of the Taj Mahal and all of that kind of crap. But Indians actually did accept him again. So up until that point, I would always say that Indians were far better than Pakistan in that regard. When Pakistan invaded Kargil in 1999, India's then Prime Minister Vajpayee was actually in Pakistan sitting with Nawaz Sharif, and they were saying that, okay, we need to open up our bilateral ties. And then he realized, whoops, what happened? And then he realized that Pakistan had invaded. And even now with Musharraf in 2004 and 2003 and 4 and 5, they tried to bring the two countries closer, but then it didn't work out. So he left at that point, 2008, and now today we found out that he is dead at 79. I think that should be that. Yeah, you be the judge what kind of guy he was. But he was a military dictator. But when we think about dictators, we think about Idi Amin, we think about Hitler's or Stalin's or those kind of people. So he wasn't like that. I remember nobody was afraid. So there are some good things. I got to tell you there's some good things as well. He opened up Pakistan's media. In 1999, Pakistan had one state-run TV channel, and we had never heard of opposition. We had never heard of these two opposing politicians speaking against each other. There was no private TV. There was no entertainment, no nothing. Musharraf, first thing he did, he came in and he liberalized and he privatized media. He gave so many licenses. So by the time he went away in 2008, Pakistan had nearly 100 plus TV channels. And even when he was in power, there would be politicians from all sides would be actually criticizing Musharraf on national TV, on these private TVs. So that was totally unheard of. We had never seen anything like that. So I think that's probably one thing that would always go in his favor. Questions?
No questions. I think this is we should have. Okay, it's okay. Let's go to. You have some updates regarding who?
Oh no, we'll talk about him later. So
later, okay.
You start something. I've been talking a lot. So let's
yes. All right. Oh, here's a good question. What is the most positive thing brought into the world because of Islam? Ooh, I know an answer.
Yeah, you have an answer? I want to hear your answer because I have actually given a challenge.
I have a joke. Oh, wait, I forgot to answer the super chat. We will get to the super chat right after. But I'm sorry, I should have done the super chat first. But I have a non-serious answer, which is sexy hijabi art, right?
Yes.
But that's good, isn't it? Actually, that is my serious answer as well. That is
so basically, there's nothing good that came. A lot of people get triggered when I say this. This is my statement, and it should be quoted. And with my photo next to it, like this, where I'm just squinting and smoldering, that kind of photo, and it should have this quote: "Nothing good comes out of Islam exclusively."
Exclusively, yes.
Exclusively. People say, "Oh, but zakat, the charity, loving the orphanage, etc." All of these things. Yes, Islam might have emphasized on certain qualities, but we didn't need Islam for that. Islam did not give this to the world. For example, if we talk about, hey, what is a gift of the Greeks to the world? We'd say, well, democracy, philosophy, because before that, okay, philosophy, you can even talk about something about Hellenistic philosophy is different, but there was no democracy before the Greeks, or at least not in this form.
Okay, my turn. Here, this is what the best thing that came out of Islam. This is blasphemous art. By the way, guys, you could get this art on blasphemousart.com if you would like to. There's a lot of art like this. This is the best thing. Basically, our art team is responsible for the best things that have come out of Islam. So you're welcome, Islam. You're welcome,
Ex-Muslims. Ex-Muslims have come out of Islam. How cool is that?
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah. Do you guys want more?
In a few decades, Muslims will be proudly saying, "Hey, look, we are so tolerant. Look, we have ex-Muslims as well. We don't kill them. Look at them. They would use us."
Look at that one.
Yeah,
so good.
We make it more realistic. What is this? Yeah, this is hyper realistic.
No, this is not AI art. This is our actually handmade art.
Oh yeah. This is this is
this is the art that we make on blasphemousart.com. AI art cannot make this stuff because this is not safe for work.
This is
Yeah, and also look at this one is good.
Is that a bottom? What's that? Or is that a head?
Yeah, that's a butt.
Oh, right, okay.
It's a spank.
It looks like a head from behind as well.
It's a big butt. It's a big butt.
Why is it tongue out?
Because she's trying to be sexy.
Making me Andrew Tate. I feel like Andrew Tate sitting next to me.
Oh my god. Yeah, so that's the best thing that has come out of Islam. Do you honestly can okay, so you said there's anything that good comes out of Islam is not exclusive to Islam. Okay, so non-exclusive, what good things have come out of Islam?
Oh, then you could talk about that Islam has focused on certain things like, loving the orphans, cleanliness, hygiene.
Here's a problem with the orphan one. The problem with the orphan one is Muslim orphans, isn't it? Is it non-Muslim?
Yeah, that's fine within your society as well. Like, I mean, that's not.
Yeah, okay, fine.
It's still a good thing.
Orphans.
Hygiene.
Good job, Islam. Orphans.
The focus on hygiene. There's so many other religions that you can find good things in. So it's not bad. Don't lie. Look after your neighbor.
Okay. Here's the thing. It depends on what you mean by brought into the world because of Islam. The because of Islam requires definition. Okay, if you are being very specific picky about because of Islam, that means like it has to be specifically something that is referred to in the Quran or the Hadith. Okay, that would limit the options, right? But if you say came out of the Islamic world, then I could speak for hours, right? Like we have the Islamic world is responsible for a lot of science, a lot of philosophy, a lot of art, a lot of poetry, so much, okay? But now the question is like, okay, but is that from Islam or from the Islamic world? Because there's nothing in the Quran or Hadith that says like, go do that, right? These are just Muslims doing things that happen to be Muslims. Like if that region did not become Islamic, they would have also kept on producing art, philosophy, science, and everything like that, right? It's just what people do when they become wealthy, right? What empires do when they become wealthy, right? So if you said because of Islam, again, because of Islam requires definition. If it's because of the Quran, like directly connected to the Quran and Hadith, then you have to be like, okay, maybe like taking care of the orphans. I honestly can't think of anything else other than orphans. Hygiene, you're talking about the wudu? Was that really okay? So hygiene, okay, fine. Hygiene and orphans. If you want to specifically say like out of Islam, as in Islamic scripture, it would just be orphan. Huh?
Well, then in that case, specifically out of Islam, there's nothing.
No, it's orphans
exclusively.
No, and that's not exclusively. Okay. I mean directly. If you say directly because of Islamic scripture, it would be hygiene and orphans, and I can't think of anything else. Okay. Because I don't like the concept of zakat either. Zakat is something that they, anyways, let's be generous, okay? Zakat means giving to the poor, hygiene and orphans. 3 things directly connected to scripture that is good.
Simplicity. I'll give you. There's an example. I have a folder of good hadiths. I'm actually trying to putting everything. So there was this there was this incident when Fatima complained about, like she has to work hard on this hand mill, and she was getting sores on her hands. So she went to the Prophet and she said, "Well, Prophet, you've got a few slave girls. Can you give me one?" So Prophet refused. He said, "No." And he said, what did he say? He said, "Then he came and sat between me and her, and I felt the coldness of his feet on my abdomen." He said, "Shall I direct you to something better than what you have requested? When you go to bed, say Subhanallah 30 times, 33 times, Alhamdulillah 33 times." That's pretty stupid. And Allahu Akbar 34 times. "For that is better for you than a servant." So basically, I think he just made that up because he didn't want to give her.
That's not. I mean, sometimes. I mean, okay. Yeah,
but he could have said, "Hey, look, I've got like 30 slaves. Here's my daughter. She wants an extra servant or something. So you know what?
I think he was just being stingy over there.
I guess he was being stingy. Yeah, you reckon he was being stingy?
Because he had slaves. Like he was like,
I know.
Yeah, slave for himself, like bad. Not for you. For slaves for me, but not for thee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what else?
No, charity, that's it. Charity,
wiping your ass
clean,
orphans.
No, that covers hygiene. We just said hygiene, right? Hygiene.
Look after your slaves. If there was a slave, if we lived in a world where, where there was slavery, you would appreciate Muhammad for saying that, "Hey, look after your slaves, be kind to them." That's still not a bad thing.
So, yes. So what you mean by positive based on today? Oh, that's a good point as well. That's a good point. Yeah. So positive back then or positive now? Because you're right. Muhammad's teaching on slavery. Now we look at it, we're like it endorses slavery, and that's horrible, and we don't like the teachings of Islam. But I mean, relative to that time, it was pretty good. It was like pretty good to this like treatment of slaves. To be honest, relatively. Okay.
By the way, some Muslim, some anti-Islam people, they might say, "Oh, hang on, there's this hadith, Al-Adab al-Mufrad 188. The Prophet, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, advised that slaves should be well treated. He said, feed them from what you eat and clothe them from what you wear. Do not punish what Allah has created. Clothe them from the clothes." So this is a famous hadith that they love to quote. But let me tell you, this is all hogwash, and it's only, it's filled with hot air, because here it is. Have a look at this example. I didn't mean to do. It's not as good as it sounds, because Prophet Muhammad had different standards, different punishments for slaves. For example, if you hear Jami' Tirmidhi Sahih Hadith 1947, it says that if somebody slanders his slave by accusing him or her of committing illegal sexual intercourse, and the slave is innocent from what he says, Allah will impose a punishment upon him on the day of resurrection. So if you slander a slave, then Allah will punish you on the judgment day. But if you slander a free woman, then you're going to get 80 lashes. So why would you not get 80 lashes if you slander a slave? So obviously there is a discrimination, and people agree
there's
this.
discrimination, but based on the standard of the time, given that you get anything for slandering a slave, that's pretty significant, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm just saying. But having said that, though, I reckon Prophet Muhammad made that up because he did accuse one of his slave girls of adultery, but then they found out that she was innocent. And you know how they found out?
What? No, wait, what? No, I forgot.
So Prophet Muhammad had a slave girl. Let me find that story.
Wait, which slave girl is this?
Well, some people say is it actually about Maria Kiptia, but in the Hadith, it's actually not mentioned. So let me show you.
By the way, if you look at translations of Hadith, they translate slave girls to servants. And a lot of
that's a lie.
A lot of people don't. A lot of non-Muslims and people who haven't had been in exile, like, oh, they just paid for servants. Like, no.
So this is it. So
these are slaves.
So this is it. So exoneration of the Prophet's concubine. But look how bad that is. This is Sahih Muslim 2771. So Anas reported that a person was charged with fornication with the slave girl of Allah's messenger. So this slave girl, in another in another hadith, she actually got flogged by Ali. So Muhammad said to Ali, "Go and strike his neck." Ali came to him, and he found him in a well, making his body cool. Ali said to him, "Oi, come out!" And as he took hold of his hand and brought him out, he found that his sexual organ had been cut. So the guy didn't even have a dick. So that's how he proved his innocence, that, hey, look, man, how could I have slept with your prophet's slave girl? I don't even have a dick. So that's how he got away with it. So Ali went back to Muhammad. Ali refrained from striking his neck, and he came to Allah's apostle and said, hey, Allah's messenger, he doesn't even have a dick. But look at this. How bad is this? Muhammad did not follow the rules and regulations of his that he has set himself. Find 4 witnesses before you find anyone guilty. And there he is. He heard this rumor that one of his slave girls has been banging some dude. So he just orders Ali.
Yeah, but you're right. Like, I never thought about this story like this. Muhammad just ordered. This is a false order. Like, he made a mistake.
Yeah.
I thought he was supposed to be Masum.
Yeah. He's not. So there's
like flawless, basically.
So there's the other hadith. People, delaying the had punishment in the case of women who have just given birth. People, impose the prescribed punishment upon your slaves, those who are married and those not married. For a slave woman belonging to Allah's messenger had committed adultery. So a lot of people say that this is the same slave woman, and a lot of people say this probably was Maria Kiptia, and which is why a lot of people ask questions that Muhammad has never had kids with any of his wives except for Maria Kiptia. Remember Ibrahim? That's the only son Muhammad had. So maybe, it wasn't really Muhammad's son after all. I know I'm going in this conjecture, but this is, like circumstantial evidence.
We're getting too detailed.
But anyway, listen to this. Had committed adultery, and he committed me to flog her, but she had recently given birth to a child, and I was afraid that I flogged her, I might kill her. So I mentioned that to Allah's apostle, and he said, you've done well. Okay, it's good that you didn't flog her, but look at the top. It says delaying the had punishment. So I don't know if she actually ever got justice because the guy she was accused to have had sex with didn't even have a dick. So
amazing.
I don't know. That's just
beautiful scripture. But this is Islamic scripture. Very.
Look at this. We started off with what's nice in Islam, and then look where we ended up.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We got 2 super chats. One is saying, "Ayo, Armin, we were going to have a live Atheist Republic on 4 for Soheil Arabi, right? That live didn't happen, or did it? No, we did new segments on Soheil Arabi. We did a couple. We're going to continue to do. We have done a campaign on Twitter and on Instagram for Soheil Arabi. So keep following the hashtag. Oh, by the way, my Twitter is back. So I'm going to retweet a couple of at Armin Navabi. So I'm going to go retweet a couple of Soheil Arabi related stuff. So you guys could see the campaign that Susanna, along with Mariam Namazi. Did you know that? Susanna and Mariam Namazi are working together on the Soheil Arabi campaign. Yeah, they created the Soheil Arabi campaign, and they're in touch with like very influential people to bring attention to this. So, by the way, for people who don't know, Soheil Arabi is an atheist who's Iranian who has been rearrested again in Iran after the first campaign that we were part of. I think had a part in getting him out, and now he's back. He's arrested again, and we don't know what's going to happen to it. So we are back at it with a new campaign. He
wasn't allowed to leave Iran, yeah. So when he was released, I remember that.
No, he wasn't allowed to leave Iran. No, he was. But yeah, let me see. Yeah, look. This is a poster that Susanna designed herself. I'm so proud of her. Look at this. So look at this is a poster. Oh, where is it? Here. So yeah, this is what we're doing on Atheist Republic. Free Iranian atheist ex-Muslim Soheil Arabi. Right. So I'm gonna retweet this again, even though I'm on the same account. But yeah, the hashtag is hashtag free Soheil, hashtag free political prisoners, hashtag Soheil Arabi. We do have a couple of videos on this on the Atheist Republic YouTube channel. So go watch that. And look at this. Where is it? Zara just recently posted her picture that we did on the first campaign. She posted this recently, 22 hours ago, with the free Soheil Arabi. But anyways, guys, yeah, go follow these hashtags. Oh, by the way, we both Atheist Republic is back, and my Twitter account both are back.
Yes!
Too. So now, so for these campaigns, now we could we are more and more powerful to bring attention to stuff like this, right? And
Isn't
I got us a blue check.
I wanted to talk. Yeah, okay. Let's talk about it separately because this deserves its own little 5 minutes.
So actually, let me click on Free Soheil.
Finish with this Free Soheil campaign.
So yeah, look at all these people that are talking about. So Michael Nugat, is that how you say it? Look, Free Soheil. People are campaigning. So again, this is. Oh, look at this! Oh my God! So these people are campaigning. This is the poster that Susanna made, and people are printing it and putting it out. And look at, she made this QR code that brings. Oh, she made, guys, this QR code. Actually, let me show you what we are doing. So the person that is asking this in the live chat, right? So let me show you. Ooh. So if you go to Atheist Republic and you go to the videos and you look at the last video that we made for Soheil Arabi. And this, wait, hold on. 1 second. My audio got cut.
No, just can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay, good.
No, not from your YouTube.
No, you don't need to hear me. Okay, so you don't need to hear the YouTube. You just need to go to the description and click on the top link. I'm going to copy this link address as well to put it here, right? Look what she did. This is Susanna. Look the amazing work she's done, okay? So go to Atheist Republic, go to the videos, go to the Soheil Arabi. So join the Fight for Freedom Iranian Atheist Soheil Arabi's letter writing campaign, right? So Susanna made this, look at this, okay? So Susanna made this step-by-step guide on how to put pressure on, if you're Canadian, go to this and write to your politicians, right? But look, this is the future of our activism, okay? So she makes these, so you have to only take 3 steps, but you don't even have to worry about writing the email. You just click on the link, right? And what it does, if it comes up, look, the email is already pre-written for you. And the people who the politicians that you need to send the email to are already there, right? The subject line is there. You just need to
put your name in your constituency.
Yeah. And then say, dear honorable member. You can do it. This is for Canadians. If you're Canadian, because we're pressuring Canadian politicians, and you just send the email, boom. But if you want to rewrite it, you just copy this and put it on ChatGPT and ask it to rewrite it. How do you tweet? You go. Wait, hold on. You just go to the.
Tell me later. But I'm saying, I'm sure Susanna. Oh, Susanna, she hasn't got an account back yet, has she?
No. Everyone's back except Susanna.
I think she'll get it too.
But yeah, just go hashtag Soheil or Soheil Arabi. But yeah, so this is the people. Look, people are saying free Soheil Arabi, free Soheil Arabi.
Is that was that woman go up? Annie Cyrus, is that her? No, who's this?
No, that's AGA.
That's right. Okay, yes, Asia. Yeah.
Free Soheil.
AGA does your.
She's one of our YouTube admins.
Doesn't she do
Look, CFI is posting Susanna's graphics. She made this on Canva. She made this like this.
Is that Soheil Arabi, the one with the beard?
Yeah, that's Soheil Arabi.
He looks so different from what I remember.
Well, because when he was in prison, he lost a lot of weight. And
I just saw that. I was just gonna say he lost a lot of weight.
Yes.
Like he looks so different, and now he looks very different again. Like, yeah, of course you can't even imagine what you go through.
Oh, Soha is posting the link. Hold on, I should post the link too. I don't know why the link is not. Okay, guys, if you're Canadian, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post I am going to post a link to that Google Doc, but only use it if you are Canadian, okay? So let me go and edit the video so I can get the link. Okay, here. I'll post a link in the live chat for the people who want to. Because Soha, the link you put is like the long Google Doc version. I put the tiny URL one that's shorter, easier for people to click on and everything. Anyways, thank you for bringing that to our attention with the super chat and your support. We have another super chat that's for you.
Yes, but I don't know anything about it. Sultan, I am Greek. I am curious why majority of Muslims don't talk about occupied northern Cyprus, which is next to Israel and Palestine. Pakistan even recognized a northern Cyprus state in the past. Now, to be honest, I know absolutely nothing about it. All I know is that Cyprus has this dispute with half Greek, half Turkey. I don't understand the political claims or anything about it, so I wouldn't. Armin might have something to add. He knows.
Yeah,
usually he knows everything.
No, I don't know everything. I just happened to have gone to Cyprus when I was a child, and we went to the Greek side, and we couldn't go to the Turkish side. So it was like, we're literally in this country, and we can't go from one side to another, right? So it's like, so there was a Turkish side of Cyprus at that point. I don't know how much changed. So I remember that. And I also everybody told me, well, the Greek side of Cyprus is the good part of Cyprus, so you're not missing anything. But that was a long time ago. That was a child. But I know that Cyprus is very significant for Turkey, okay? Because whatever claims you could make over Cyprus, it's going to have a huge impact on the body of water that you're associated with over there. And then you're going to have, there's a lot of gas. There's a lot of gas at play here. So the more territory you could claim for yourself, the more gas you're going to have. There's a huge, this is about a power play on gas fields. So that's what I know. But what's the question exactly? Here's majority Muslims don't talk about occupied northern Cyprus. The reason why many Muslim YouTube channels don't talk about it, because this is completely geopolitical, and it's less ideological.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever heard about like, oh, Muslims are being oppressed there by the Greeks.
No,
like it's nothing like that. Yeah, that might be the reason. But usually people do tend to support their guy. So Muslims will automatically, they should support Turkey, but
there's no ideological battle with Greek. All the fight between the Turkey versus Greek battle is completely geopolitical and resource based.
No,
so
but Turkey throws a lot of mud on Greece about turning away the refugees, those boats, and then like TRT reports it all the time. And I see a lot of Muslims get riled up on that. Yeah, look at these European countries; they don't have any human rights. They lecture us on human rights, but look what they're doing with these refugees. And Turkey, our Muslim brother, it has to take all the refugees. Blah blah blah. So they do this propaganda as much as they can. And again, like it's always our guy is right. It's always that mentality. So, but it makes sense that in the case of Cyprus dispute, Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know Pakistan even recognized the northern Cyprus state in the past. I didn't even know about that. But
yeah. Wow. By the way, people brought to my attention that the link that I posted was only posted on Facebook. So thank you so much, Soha, for bringing it to my attention.
And I that to all destinations.
Yes, I reposted it, so now it's there. Sorry. Thank you for So this is the link, tinyurl.com.
Why don't you post it here in StreamYard?
Huh?
Why don't you post it here in StreamYard?
I did. I just had to select all.
It here. Oh yeah, get us info. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
All right, we got more super chats coming.
You got one more super chat.
Yeah, you got a super chat. Wait, you got a super chat and I got a super chat, I think. Wait.
Super chat. Okay, if Quran 64:5:4 is made a law, marriage age equals 0. Yes. I actually was talking about it. This is that infamous verse where it says that women who haven't even menstruated yet, the iddah period, the waiting period, is also 3 months. Let me play something for you guys. I was in a Twitter space and I ended up arguing with someone. He was saying no. He was such a big Muslim apologist, didn't even know about the age of Aisha, and then had absolutely no idea about this Quranic verse. So let me just put it out there what this verse actually means, so you don't have to hear me out or Armin. Just listen to what this leading cleric of Hanafi school of thought is saying. Can you?
आप इसको इससे भी जो है वो देख लीजिए कि बाप का इख्तियार कितना होता है, वली का इख्तियार कितना होता है। ये आनाफ क्या है कि बाप 3 साल की बच्ची, 4 साल की बच्ची, 2 महीने की बच्ची का निकाह कर सकता है। ये आनाफ क्या है?
3 साल की बच्ची का भी निकाह
3 साल की बच्ची का भी कर सकता है, 5 साल की बच्ची का भी कर सकता है, नाबालिग का निकाह कर सकता है, रुखसती नहीं कर सकता। जाहिर है वो तो बुलूगत के बाद होगी। और अगर बाप ने निकाह कर दिया तो बाप के निकाह को बाद में बेटी बातिल नहीं करार दे सकती।
अच्छा।
वो ये नहीं कर सकती कि जनाब ये निकाह मुझे, ये मर्द मुझे पसंद नहीं है, ये है वो है। ये आनाफ के हाँ ये बात है। इस बात को
All right, so we have to translate this for people who are only listening to the audio. What is this? This is a scholar. He's saying, according to the Hanafi school of thought, which is one of the 4 madhabs in Islam, you could marry as young as 3 or 5-year-old. You just can't have sex with it until it has its first menstruation, which some girls have by like 12 or 13.
Yeah, and now the worst part in that is he said that, and later on, let's just say you've married off your daughter, 3 or 5-year-old daughter, to someone, and then they talk about, oh, Islam gives you consent and her silence is considered as consent. Look at this part. If she grows up, let's say she's 15, 16 years old, she cannot annul the marriage. She can't say that, "Oh, sorry, daddy, I don't want to go with this guy. I know when I was a kid you married me off to him, but now that I've grown up, I can't." You can't do that. This is what he's saying. Why is this? What the hell? Why is it stopped? Anyway, yeah, I think you get the point. But I think
we get the point. We get it.
So that's what it is. So, sorry. Let me.
All right, we got another super chat. Saying, Armin and Harris, do you guys recognize Israel as a country? LOL. What is your stance on the Israel-Palestine issue? Do you support the 2-state solution? Yeah, I mean, I do recognize Israel as a country. I consider myself a Zionist, actually. And I support both Israel and Palestine, okay? But I am against Hamas, very much against Hamas. I don't want to equate these two but I'm also against Likud, the Likud party in Israel. Not that these things are the same. I'm not equating them, okay? But I'm very, very much against not just Likud, every single right-leaning party in Israel. Even though I support Israel and its rights to defend itself, I am against many actions taken by the IDF. I do like Mossad's actions in Iran, right? I do support the 2-state solution, but it now has become turned into an impossible solution. So because of all the settlements in the West Bank, the 2-state solution it's almost close to impossible now. It's not impossible, but it's close to impossible now.
But why is it though? Let's just discuss that. I'm with Armin up to here, but who is to be blamed for two-state solution not being materialized? Even the United States have said it. Everyone else has said that. Okay, this is the only solution we have. But why? Why do you think Israel doesn't let it, and then they keep doing these settlements?
It's because of religion, right? So if you look at the West Bank settlement, it makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
It makes absolutely no secular sense. Okay, so it makes no sense for Israel. Like, even if you look at it purely from Israeli perspective, it makes Israeli lives less secure. It has no strategic benefit. It has no financial benefit. It does nothing for Israel. The only thing it does, the only argument you have for settlements is a religious argument, because the parts promised in the Bible for the Jews are actually where the West Bank is.
Yeah,
there is no secular argument for
I got heckled. So in the West Bank, obviously, if you actually look at the map as well, the so-called, if there was a two-state solution, you would see these little dots. That would be Palestine. They're literally little dots. I mean, you can't. Well, what are you going to do? You can't do it. Okay, now you're left with Gaza Strip. Gaza Strip is like, how can it survive as a country? Like, it's an open air prison. So. And I think Israel genuinely believes that we're going to make a mini Pakistan if we do it. Like, if we give them, if it becomes a country, we'll always be a mortal enemy or whatever. So I think it's just people saying that this is a solution. Yeah, you're right. I think it's next to impossible. But the only solution is, and this is why we say, if there was no religion, if there was no God's promised land, if there was no two different religions who insist on living and dying there, no matter what happens, if there was just no religion, and let's say both of these groups were atheists, they would have no problem living side by side with each other. Why? Because they do live side by side in secular societies, don't they? So it's such a shame that such a claim can only be made after all these centuries and millennia on the basis of religion, and for some reason all of us have to put up with it.
Okay, so I think I didn't explain myself well, because the follow-up question, by the way, thank you for the super chat, is, and why are you pro-Israel and against Hamas? Okay, so see, the problem, what did you see what you just did there? You put Israel against Hamas. Yeah. Yes. Okay, you should have said, I am pro-Israel. I said I am pro-Israel. The other side of Israel is Palestine. Okay, not Hamas. So I am pro-Israel and I am pro-Palestine. Okay, again, I repeat, pro-Israel and pro-Palestine. Why am I pro-Israel? Because Israel is a country and I want the country to progress and become better, because you know why? Because people live there. Okay, and I'm generally pro-people. And I'm also in favor of Palestine, again, because I want Palestine to do better, because again, people live there and I'm pro-people in general. Okay, I'm against Hamas because Hamas is I'm actually more against Hamas, not just because it's bad for Israelis, but more because Hamas is bad for Palestinians. Hamas is more responsible for making Palestinian lives more miserable than it's responsible for making Israeli lives miserable. Like, the reason why Gaza Strip is this way it is right now is a lot because of Hamas, right? It's a horrible, horrible thing for people, okay? And again, like, maybe, again, I don't want to equate these things, but the other side is, like, you have to say, not of Hamas is not Israel. The other side of Hamas is, like, I don't know, the Likud party or all the far right. Actually, I think it's fair to equate them, actually, now that I think about them, right? Like, yeah, they are evil parties, okay? So I am anti-Hamas, I am anti-Likud, I am pro-Israel, I'm pro-Palestine. Does that make sense? I hope that's clear.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense to me.
Okay, you got it. Is that your super chat?
I don't know.
But by the way, so I'm given that the two-state solution seems impossible, I would be in favor of a one-state solution if we could get everybody.
Oh yeah.
Between the two body of waters, which I shouldn't name because that could trigger YouTube. Between those two body in that area, equal rights. Okay, but that seems also impossible, right? But anyways, we have three solutions at some point, right? We have the status quo forever, which is an apartheid state right now. I consider Israel right now to be an apartheid state, right? So people think when I say I'm pro-Israel, that means I support Israel policies. No, I am pro-Israel and I criticize Israel policies. So it's a status quo for continue with that, which is apartheid. Two-state solution, one-state solution. Apartheid, I'm not for pro-apartheid. There's two-state solution doesn't seem possible. So that remains with one-state solution, but that also doesn't seem equal rights for everybody, including everybody in the Gaza Strip have to equal rights with the Arab Israeli citizens today. I don't know. That seems also impossible. So we have with three.
This is why I say that Muslims love to oversimplify it, and status quo, or even this being apartheid, Israel being apartheid state, it actually suits Israel. So that's why they don't care. They're happy to live, in this dispute. They're happy to live it. They got no problem with that. They're like, okay, well, business as usual. Let's just keep going the way we're going. Which is obviously, it's not a permanent solution. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, and he or she is saying, well, Zionists encroach land from the native people. You can't come up to a place after 1900 years and claim your ancestors lived there. Also, I see humans as pro-freedom group, Hamas as a pro-freedom group. Well, no, Hamas is a terrorist group. One, two.
Who would say Hamas is a Buddhist attracted atheist? Buddhism attracted atheists. Like, geez, man, you're seeing Hamas as a pro-freedom group?
No, it's a terrorist group. It kills children. Hamas kills children.
So I mean, this is why I'm shocked. I'm like, you like Buddhism, you like the message of Buddhism, and you're supporting something like Hamas? That's just
And you have a collectivist mindset, okay? I think like I could speak for hours about what you just said, but I just want to focus on the short version of it, which is what the past is past. You can look at what the people that are living today are not responsible for the crimes of people that came before them. We have to look at the situation right now in Israel and Palestine and see what is the solution to make everything better for everybody going forward, regardless of who did in the past. You're talking about Zionists or I don't know Palestinians as if you're talking about one entity. You cannot do guilt by association. The people who came, first of all, the Israelis who came, the Jewish people who came to Israel. They did a lot of correct things and they did a lot of wrong things. Also, the Arabs did a lot of wrong things. A lot of the lands that the Zionists got, they were sold to them by the Arabs. A lot of it was wrong. A lot of it was done correctly. The thing is, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Let's say all the land that the Jews got from Israel back then, let's say it was all wrong. It was all done the wrong way. We have so many Jews right now in Israel, and there's no place for them to go, and they have homes, and we want to figure out how. Here's the only thing you need to know, okay? In Israel and Palestine together, there is enough land and resources for all the people who are living there. Nobody needs to go anywhere. You have enough resources right now there for all the Arabs and all the Jews. So regardless of who did what before, you could figure this out. If you were not so ideological, if you were not so dogmatic and religious, this would have been an easy solution. But you guys just be hating each other. Anyways, we need to move on to the super chats for you here.
72 Huris are 30 meter tall. How do they not fall over? There was a YouTube channel where it actually calculates. But again, like it'll be a different planet, so I don't know, different physics will be at play. But on Earth, I think with our current anatomical structure, I think we can only be as tall as something like 8 feet.
Well, you need to explain to the people what we're talking about here, because people don't even know what Huris are.
Huris are the virgins you're going to get, Muslim men are going to get in the heaven, in heaven. So I think everyone knows 72 virgins you're going to get. And apparently they're supposed to be 30 meters tall. That's the description given. Not necessarily in Sahih Hadith, but it is a commonly held belief through secondary and tertiary books. And I don't know.
Wait, how are you going to have sex with angels that are
Well, maybe they say that you would also become 30 meters tall, but they leave that part out. I know. Like,
but
I mean,
then what is a meter
what
then
if she
in heaven?
Yeah, what if she
if
uses,
everything is bigger, then isn't a meter also bigger? Like, what's your metric?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Some people make jokes that what if you become her dildo? Anyway, I don't want to go in there, but I'm just saying, I'm just going to the physics of it. Okay, you can, with our current anatomical structure on planet Earth, we can only go as tall as 8 feet, but we would need muscles 4 times the size of what we have. Anything above that, we will start getting crushed under our own weight. With this current anatomical 2-legged stance, we can't. So you see this Incredible Hulk? It's actually not possible. Yes, and on Mars it would be possible because lower gravity and whatnot. Anyway,
but imagine if she was 30 meter tall and you were the same size. How would that work? Would you just like go there and just start, just rubbing it like this? I don't know whether that
but we'll be 30 meters too, so I think it'll be like
what if you weren't? Okay, I don't know. I'm just trying to imagine how this works.
Then you're gonna need a ladder to get up there just to get a little kiss.
Yeah. No, I was talking about the sex organs. I don't want to use the words. How would you do that? Would you just go inside?
That's what I said. You might become her dildo. Yeah. You just have to, the whole of you have to go in.
God damn it, man.
Jesus, man. You always get the worst shit out of my mouth. Okay, next one. Because it's saying the Turkish invasion of Cyprus in 1974 and occupation of the northern part since then was also because of religion. Turkey invaded to protect Muslims. That might have been the pretense, but
wait, read it properly because you did it too fast. The Turkish invasion of Cyprus in 1974 and occupation of the northern part since then was also because of religion. Was it? Turkey invaded to protect Muslim. Okay, well, I didn't know that. We got £5. Is that a euro? No, that's euros. Yeah, you got €5 just to get educated. That's amazing. Thank you for your support. We got educated and paid at the same time.
We have to read this Wikipedia article. Oh, speaking of Wikipedia, okay, can we move to our next topic?
Yes.
Okay, so Pakistan is a gift that keeps giving, or a curse that keeps giving. So did you hear about it? The Pakistan government has decided that they've actually banned Wikipedia.
What?
The banned Wikipedia.
Wikipedia?
Yes.
Why?
Wikipedia. This is okay. Here it is. Like, what do you think? What do you think? It's always the same thing. The Pakistan Telecommunication Authority has degraded Wikipedia services in the country on account of not removing sacrilegious content. Wikipedia was approached for blocking removal of the said contents by issuing a notice under applicable law and court order. An opportunity of hearing was also provided. However, the platform neither complied by removing the blasphemous content nor appeared before the authority. Given the intentional failure on part of the platform to comply with the directions of PTA, how dare they? The services of Wikipedia have been degraded for 48 hours with the direction to remove the reported contents. In case of non-compliance by Wikipedia, the platform will be blocked within Pakistan, and since then that has already taken place. The restoration of the services of Wikipedia will be reconsidered subject to blocking removal of the reported unlawful contents. PTA is committed to ensuring a safe online experience for all Pakistan citizens according to local law. So they use that. And by the way, good thing is a lot of people were criticizing the government of Pakistan on Twitter. They were saying, what the hell is wrong with you people? This is the biggest, largest free source of information for people who are not otherwise very educated. So overwhelmingly, people were criticizing or going after the government. But their claim is that anyone can go to, let's say, Prophet Muhammad's Wikipedia page and he can add anything nasty about it, which and I know, and any smart person will tell you, or anyone who has had any experience with Wikipedia, it doesn't work that way. If you go there, Armin Navabi, you have a Wikipedia page. If I went there and I said Armin Navabi is a Zionist agent and he's compromised, blah, 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 I might be able to put it there, but then within I think the time frame is like 2 hours or something, it would be removed because I would not have cited a credible source. That's why it would not actually work. But this Pakistan government, why did they do it? I don't know. To be honest, a lot of people say that it is they're pissed off because the current Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, he's been accused of corruption in the BBC documentary, etc., etc. So now because those are credible sources, that's why. But again, this is like hoo-ha, we don't know that. But that is the official line that they've told. So when you look at it, and now this is me just taking the piss out of it, right? This is me. I just tweeted about it and I tagged the government of Pakistan, even though my Twitter account is blocked in Pakistan. I don't know if they saw that or not, but I'm saying, well, this is it. This is probably why they're getting embarrassed. They are no longer seeing. They can block my channel, they block my website, they can block Armin Navabi's website, but they cannot block mainstream websites like, let's say, Wikipedia, or I'm sure they'll block Wiki Islam, but they can't block Wikipedia or these mainstream websites with these authentic sources. So, for example, something like this: the legal material on slavery in the Quran is largely restricted to manumission and sexual relations. With this manumission part, okay, sure, whatever. The Quran permits owners to take slaves as concubines, though it promotes abstinence as the better choice, which is BS. It doesn't say that. It strictly prohibits slave prostitution. Okay, that part is true as well. But there you go. The Quran permits owners to take slaves as concubines. There's a whole chapter of a concubinage in Islam and history of the story of Maria Kiptia, etc. So these are authentic things. So they're saying, and they might have received some complaints on some critical topics like that, which people would not have known in the past. But now, if they hear it from Armin Navabi's mouth or Apostle Prophet's mouth or something, they can go and look it up. Who is Maria Kiptia? Who were the concubines of the Prophet? And then they would go to authentic websites like Wikipedia, and they would be able to see something like this. Chapter 23, Al-Mu'minun of the Quran, in verse 6 and Surah 17, Al-Miraj, and both, blah, blah, blah. It says, draw a distinction between spouses and those whom one's right hands possess, meaning ma malikat imanahum. So those your right hand possesses, i.e. concubines or sex slaves. Literally their spouse or what their right hand possesses. So this is a common lie that Muslims have been telling for a very long time. Even academics like Jawad Hashmi, he told me, no. There's no distinction between a spouse and what your right hand possesses. Basically, what your right hand has possessed, she turns into your wife. You actually marry her, which is absolutely a lie, because there is a clear distinction between the two. If they were both the same, then you would not mention them separately. So things like these, there's a story, Anas said the Messenger of Allah had a female slave with whom he had intercourse, but Aisha and Hafsa would not leave him alone until he said that she was forbidden for him, blah, blah, blah. So, there's a whole story of that. So I think these are the stories that are pissing off. There is a hotline for Pakistan Telecommunication Authority. You can go there and you can send a URL and you can say, hey, look, this is blasphemous content. Why is it available in this Islamic land of Pakistan? So once it becomes popular on social media, it starts trending, then they have to take action. And they might have done that for that reason. But this time, we can't see there was any trend. There was any hoo-ha against Wikipedia. So why did the government unilaterally decide to do that? We don't know that. So, but anyway, Wikipedia is gone. By the way, just a reminder,
use
NordVPN. Yeah, absolutely. In 2014, Pakistan had also blocked YouTube. I don't know if you guys remember it, but Pakistan had removed YouTube because there was this. What was that movie? There was this.
Hey, can I plug NordVPN because I have an affiliate link? Guys, I posted Atheist Republic's NordVPN. If you want to see Wikipedia in Pakistan, make sure you use a VPN. And I just put our affiliate link in the live chat. If you're watching this on Secular Jihadists, the link to our affiliate.
There are no freaking credit cards in Pakistan. You ain't getting shit.
No. Okay, so you don't know about this. There are also no credit cards in Iran, but the Iranians buy a whole bunch of things that require credit cards because they have friends outside of Iran, and then send them the money.
So guys, use this URL to buy NordVPN, and once you have NordVPN, you'd be able to see my website. You'd be able to see my YouTube channels, both of them, which are blocked in Pakistan, and also Wikipedia, and you'd be able to see all the read beautiful stories of our dearly beloved Prophet Muhammad.
Pakistan is just it's just a giant ad for Pakistan and Iran are just giant ads for VPNs, because people cannot not have VPN, not have Wikipedia. So yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, this is how bad it is. It's just so pathetic.
Yeah. So we got another super chat saying, so you approach, I'm going to answer this quick so we could get to the other questions as well. So you approach the Israeli-Palestine issues from a pragmatic approach, but do you acknowledge that under international law, what Israel has done is illegal? So here's a problem. You're talking about, again, this is, people talk about countries as if they are one entity, okay? Israel is many different entities with many different actions. I even specifically said that I am against the settlements. And here's an example of an illegal activity by Israel, okay? The settlements in the West Bank is illegal under international laws. Illegal under international laws, okay? I'm not going to say Israel. If you want to condemn something done by Israel, mention the specific action and then judge it independently from other things from Israel. Like, for example, Israel has done many great things. Like technology-wise, Israel has come up with many technologies come out of Israel that has benefited the entire planet. Okay, so these are not mutually exclusive. You could like say this is good, this is bad. So yeah, but that is bad. And also when it came to the initial settlements of Israel, like Jews coming to Israel, right? There were many actions that were done the right way. Like there was land purchases that was completely correct, completely legal, but there were also many illegal things done in the process when they as well. So you have to call out the specific actions. Initially, many of the actions that initially were taken was not only legal but also was welcomed by many of the Arabs living there, right? And if more of the legal process was done, if it was done both morally and legally, the whole process of bringing Jews to that part of the world would have benefited everybody. Like I think like it started bad from the get-go. Like this religion caused something that was such a big win-win for both Jews and Arabs to be such a horrible thing for both of them, right? Because Jews needed a place to live, while being protected from all the harms coming out of Russia and Europe and everywhere else, right? But also they were bringing in money and business and everything. And if this was done more properly, the Arabs who were living there would have benefited significantly from all that flow of capital in that region if this was done in a more peaceful and legal process. But yes, I acknowledge that many illegal activities was done during the process, but a lot of also illegal, just to be clear here, there were a ton of illegal stuff done by the many Arabs as well. Okay, but again, do not generalize this to all Arabs or all Jewish people. Okay, we had many people on the Israeli side that did not, on the Jewish side that did not do anything wrong, and many things on the Muslim or Arab side that did not do anything wrong as well, right? So there's plenty of blames to go around everywhere, and many illegal activities that were done from all sides, right? Also, from all sides, there were really good actors that were trying to make everything work for everybody, and not just for their people on their side, but for people on the other side as well. So we had good actors and bad actors everywhere in this whole interaction. Anyways, we have somebody ask on your side asking why I can't send super chat.
Super chat. I think you can.
Yes, we got super chats. Like
no, super chat.
Something wrong.
Okay, we got to pick up pace because there's a lot to go through.
All right. Should I answer another Patreon question, or do you want to do something else?
We'll answer Patreon. How many questions you got left? 2? 1?
3.
Oh, 3. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's just answer one. Let's smash them through.
Okay, I think I just answered 2 of them because one of them is too specific. People would be not understand what's going on. Okay, so with recent advances in deepfakes and voice emulation, I'm very worried for the future misinformation. I imagine will be how do you say this? How do you pronounce
turbocharged? I imagine turbocharged.
Turbocharged. How much do you think the online landscape will change once the tools become truly indistinguishable from the real thing? And how can people know what sources to trust? I'm actually not that worried. It's because I think people would be aware that these deepfakes and voice simulations are a thing, and now they're going to be more skeptical about what. I think actually you might not only. I think you're going to see the problem being
the other way around.
The other way around.
People are going to be more skeptical.
Yeah, people will be unrealistically skeptical. Like I could be
very quickly, for example, Imran Khan's sex audio came out, and now the people have been saying that there's going to be sex tapes as well.
Yeah.
So Imran Khan's fans are saying, "Nah, that's deep fake. No, we don't even believe in it." But in his case, it might actually be true. But he's saying no.
Yeah.
By the way, let me ask you a question, Armin. Let me ask you. Let me show it to you.
Wait, before, let me answer the question first.
No, it's the same thing. It's a part of the question. I'll answer your question.
Okay.
Listen to this.
Unblocked Andrew Tate from Twitter. It's the same. People ask me why I unblocked Andrew Tate from Twitter. It's the same reason why I bought Twitter. We need to escape the suppression from the Matrix and expose.
That sounds fake.
Andrew Tate has been offered $1 billion.
Or is he just so bad at talking that it sounds?
No. Listen to this part.
Elites. Andrew Tate has been offered $1 billion to shut his mouth, but since he declined, they threw him in jail.
Okay, that is fake.
I would have said that. But yeah, you're right. This is deep fake. So there was a video, there was a voicemail that was leaked of Andrew Tate from 2015 or something. There was a link underneath that. I saw that. And then they were actually talking about it, actually linked to this website where they actually showed exactly the same part of with purple background of Elon Musk, and he's talking about AI. We've got ChatGPT. We've got this templates to choose from. Morgan Freeman, Elon Musk, blah blah blah. Kind of voices. It was exactly the same thing. So you're right. You were bang on target. It was fake, but also sometimes it just sounds too good to be true. Like this is Andrew Tate's claim that he's been offered $1 billion to keep his mouth shut. So as if Elon Musk is going to say that. But you're right. Elon Musk is alive right now, so you can tell. And another thing is, with these deep fakes, they deliberately lower the resolution. So, you can't see the.
But eventually it will be. Eventually it will be so indistinguishable. But at that point, I don't think you have to worry about people believing deepfake. I think you have to be more worried about people not believing the things that are not deepfake. Like I could be literally talking to people live and be like, "Yeah, this is me, guys," and people are like, "Is it really you?" That doesn't sound like you.
So either way, we're fucked. I mean, we're fucked the other way, not the way our patron asked the question, but
yeah.
Oh, jeez, I don't know. So,
yeah, but I think like people are gonna learn.
No,
that
we have official channels. We would have.
Yes,
exactly. I reckon it would be
a
problem. Like some people in, because my Indian.
So what is reality? People are gonna, we're gonna get to a point where people are gonna say like, "Am I deep fake? Maybe I'm deep fake. Is this real? Is it like maybe this is all being deep fake right now, right in front of me?"
For example, the solution to this is, for example, the video that I played of supposedly of Elon Musk. Elon Musk could come out and say, "Well, I never said that. This is BS." But what if Elon Musk had died? So people start spreading BS stories. So we would have thought that back in the day, people used to die, and then people used to make up stories about them, and that's how legends were developed. But now, camera and technology would stop people from doing that, but they're still doing it only even more efficiently. Now, once I'm dead, they would make my deep fake and they would say, "By the way, atheists, you should do such and such and such stuff." But I wouldn't be there to say. But I think there would be people who would say that. Hang on a second, Harris never said that. Harris would have never said that. Well, I know him. Blah blah blah. I think you're right. I think there would be more skepticism, and if anything, that would benefit the person whose deep fake is being made. I think it would benefit that person a little bit more because people would have the natural skepticism in his favor.
I think some people who are not insane are going to start learning to be more conscious about the sources that they're using, right? So people are going to, I think actually the silver lining is that people are going to learn that they need to check their sources. So let's have an optimistic spin of this, right? Because there's so much fake information around. like sensitivity to you checking your sources is going to become more normalized. So here, that's a positive spin on things, right? So that's a good way to put it. You got a super chat. You're muted. Are you speaking?
No. Yeah, no, I'm good.
You got a super chat. Wait, hold on. Let me unstart this one.
Would Tate follow Quran 65 for if it was legalized? Tate has said a lot of stuff, and I'm going to talk about it.
Tell people what this verse is before you talk about it.
Yeah, 65:4 verse is the one where, you know, like there's no age limit for marriage, and that's exactly what Muhammad Jabir said as well. He said that, look, if we strictly stick to the Quran, there would be no age limit for marriage. So he's saying, would Tate have followed the Quran? There's a video of Andrew Tate that I just saw where he had 3 women sitting in his car, and he's saying, I don't know, like, he's a narcissist. He basically saying, you know, I'm your caliph, I'm your king, I'm the caliph of the Caliphate of Tatistan. And he said, all of you are my wives. And there are only 3 of them. And he goes, and I need 1 more wife. I need 4 wives. And this was filmed back in 2021 or something. So I don't know how much of that is character or something, but I think this is life imitating art, art imitating life kind of situation. Because I have a lot of his tweets that I'm going to share with you. And I'm going to tell you, there's always a little truth behind every just kidding. So there's a lot that he said. And I think it's done for. I don't think it's coming out anytime soon. BBC is about to do a detailed, they're going to show a detailed interview of another victim, I think tomorrow or the day after, on 7th of February or something. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I think he's not coming out anytime soon. He's fucked. He's royally fucked.
Well, don't swear. YouTube has become more sensitive about swear words these days. Did you know that?
No.
Oh, this one.
My channel is bigger, so it's okay.
Okay, fine. Well, yeah, but did you answer the question? Would he?
I don't know. I'm saying I look, to be honest. Okay, all right. Okay, no. Okay, go back. Okay, put that up. Okay, so now that you've asked me, so all right, I'll show you this. So Andrew Tate has actually he's got a video where he has admitted that he met one of his women, Vivian, who's 21 now, but he met her 6 years ago when she was only 15. Now he's on camera saying that. Now he obviously is at a Freudian slip. He just accidentally volunteered that information. Let me play this clip for you, so you see it for yourself. You judge it for yourself. What was it? Okay, here we go.
I've had girls who say, oh, I know you're with Vivian. I know you've been with her a long time. I don't mind. I'll stay out tonight. You two stay alone. All that shit. But it never lasts long. Because the ones who are really in love with you won't do that. You actually have to downplay your relationship with the girl of 6 years, which is difficult. And I only get away with that because...
Girl for 6 years. Note that number. So he said that he's been with Vivian for a very long time, for 6 years.
The girl of 6 years plays along. So Vivian's been with me 6 years. She's completely head over heels in love with me. She wants kids with me, everything. And we met and we felt whatever, we're in love. But when a new girl comes, she'll go, oh yeah, I started off working for him and it's just how it worked out. She'll super downplay us. When I bring on new girls, I usually pair them with Vivian. Because Vivian's younger. Melissa's like 28, Vivian's like 21. Vivian's younger.
Oh no.
There you go. We messed up.
Uh-oh.
This is what happens.
21 minus 6, guys. That's
15.
Not good.
Even in Romania, it was 16.
Oh no. Jesus Christ.
These are the confessions of Andrew freaking Tate. And that's the problem with narcissists and idiots. And I'm going to show you some tweets because this playlist of confessions of Andrew Tate is going to get bigger and bigger. So I don't know. How low is he going to get? Him and his brother have already spoken about their obsession with virgins and exclusively having women to themselves and, all of that kind of crap, whatever. He's spoken about it exclusively. So, I don't know. How low would he go? 15, 14, 13, 10? I don't know. But 15 is we know for sure from his own mouth.
All right, I'm actually going to answer both of the remaining Patreon questions because I actually changed my mind. I think this is actually interesting. Okay, so saying, have you seen the new information from the from Gammon Institute? If yes, what findings excited you the most? Well, I'm not gonna share the things that excited me the most. I'm gonna share the part that you guys would understand the most. Okay, because the parts that are exciting to me are a little bit complicated and nuanced, and people have to know about Iranian politics to be able to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, but there's a new poll that just came out. This is quite recent about Iranian attitudes towards the 2022 nationwide protests. So this is a scientific academic poll that was taken out of Iranians both inside of Iran and outside of Iran, right? So Harris, you would be interested to finally see the numbers that we all wanted to know, like because a lot of people don't know the actual numbers here. So the question is, if a referendum were organized on the question Islamic Republic, yes or no, what would you vote? Okay, so 80% will say no to the Islamic Republic.
Wow.
80%.
They don't want the word Islam. They don't want to have anything to do with Islam. You know that?
Yeah, this regime. They don't want this regime.
No, but also the idea of a country being labeled as Islamic. No? Would you agree?
Yes, that was a different poll which just said that. Okay, but this one is more about this specific regime. Okay, but that
was saying that Islamic. I know that was a Utrecht University study. Yeah, that's the one you're talking about. That
was the same institution, Gammon Institution. Okay,
okay.
I have another poll. If you want to see people's opinions on religious views, that one is damning as well. This is more a political one. This is the Islamic Republic. Yeah, this one is about the name of the regime.
So you're saying that this doesn't tell us that they have any hatred or love for Islam. It's just purely the labeling.
Yeah, it's about this regime. There's another poll that does say what you wanted to say. That there is that one.
I want to believe in that. Let me believe in that.
Yeah,
because I know every Muslim. Because I know every Muslim. For example, okay, so okay, this is where Iranians and Pakistanis might be different. Pakistanis may hate the current status quo of Pakistan, but they would never say that, hey, remove the Islamic part out of Pakistan's name, Islamic Republic of Pakistan. They would never say that because they still say that Islamic Pakistan, these two they go hand in hand. They can't be separate from each other. So I think there's some truth in that. Okay, so
people seem to want a presidential republic more than any other form of government, not a constitutional monarchy. Like if you add up the both republics together, look at this. Like we are number one. So the monarchists could go second, which is good. So I agree with the protests and think they will succeed. 67%. I agree with the protests, but do not think they will succeed. 30%. I have no opinion. I disagree with the protests, but see them as chaos. 3%. I disagree with the protests and see them as chaos. And not see them as chaos. 3%. Okay, 12% are just. Overall, 15% are in disagreement with the protest, but the vast majority of people are in agreement with the protest. Okay,
and they're hopeful as well. They are hopeful as well.
Yes. So here's an interesting thing. Civil disobedience participation. No, this is not the one. This one. Internet online protest participation. Wait, there's so much things here. I don't want to bore you with all of it. The interesting. Let me show you a graph. Just to finish it off, just to see how recently things have changed. This is the last thing I want to show you. There's so many more things I can show you, but let me just end this with this one, okay? You can see the views of people. So you can see the red line is people who want the regime to completely topple, right? The blue and the green line, they want like gradual changes or fast changes, right? So the blue and green are basically changes. The red one is for regime change, okay, as a precondition for change. So these
black ones are the supporters.
Black ones are the supporters. Red ones are the one regime change now, okay?
Right.
But so look,
so the thing is,
yeah. So the black one, you can see. Wow. So here's the thing. It's not just that it's going up. Just look at the timeline here.
Look at the other ones going down.
This is February 22.
Yes.
This jump from 40% to 60% happened in less than a year. This change is not 10 years, it's not 20 years, it's not 5 years. This is in 2022. We went from 40% to 60%.
When did Mahsa Amini happen? September 2022?
Yeah, this is because of Mahsa Amini.
Yes.
This whole thing is because of Mahsa Amini. Probably like somewhere like around
so
here.
Not only the good thing here is it's not only the fact that people are becoming more and more towards hang on, what I was going to say. So the black one are okay. Yeah. So people are not only people are becoming more pro-protests, but at the same time, people are becoming less pro-regime as well. And obviously, that
people are becoming less for. So the blue and the green line look reform down.
That's gone down as well.
Yeah, there are people who want reform has gone down. Like everybody, like the people who are going
screw
down.
This, we're done. I'm done.
They're like, we don't want reform. We want the regime to fall.
So protesters, and in any other democracy, if any party has got 60% of the population on its side, that's like 2/3 majority, isn't it? That's like a massive. Like usually it's like 50-50, 51-49 or something like that. But this is 60% of the people are anti-Iranian regime. This is freaking massive.
Not reform, complete regime change, right?
They're like, fuck it. Sorry.
But the change, but the significant, I still can't get over this. This is in 1 year, you went from 40% to 60%. Yeah. But also the black line, right? So I always assume the pro-regime people are 20% of the country, okay? Which was close last year. But it almost halved. Like in 1 year, the regime's base halved. In almost a year, in less than a year,
right?
They lost half of their entirety of their supporters.
That must be troubling for the clerics.
Yeah,
how they're taking it. So, I mean, I know I've been asking you, and I know there's no easy answer to it. Like, okay, well, what's going to be the end result? When are we going to see that? When are we going to hear the good news or whatnot? But how are we going to, or when are we going to see it? How is the Iranian regime feeling about it? Like, I mean, are they doubling down?
They're panicking. They're fighting. They're panicking, and they have divisions among them. And Khamenei is very old, so this is happening at the worst time because Khamenei will die very soon at some point. Okay, and you are losing the entire half of your base close to the time where the glue that is holding all of it together is Khamenei, and you're losing that right at the time where people are protesting in the street, and you're losing all your supporters. So it's pretty scary. It is pretty scary. Again, I'm not saying it will definitely topple or anything, but they are panicking. They have officially hit the panic button.
What about the? I was going to say anyway. I forgot. Doesn't matter. Wow, that's good news.
Yeah.
How reliable is the data?
It's from somebody saying it's from the US. No, it's not from the US. It's from Netherlands, I think. Yeah, it's from University in Netherlands. It's an academic institution. So
yeah. So other than not guy sounds like him. Just
No, he's. By the way, for people who don't trust it, I actually studied the methodology. It's pretty solid actually. If you actually go read the methodology, and also there have other academics who have reviewed it and they have put their stamp of approval on it. However, nothing is for certain. You always have to be skeptical. But so far, based on what I've seen and the big people who have reviewed it, academics who have reviewed it, it seems pretty it's a solid source of information. But nothing is for certain, right? Yeah. So yeah, let's go to the last patron question.
Good.
If you had to choose to belong to a practice, to belong to and practice one sect of Islam, which one would you choose? What considerations are you making? The actual consistency of the ideology or the culture of, the actual consistency of the ideology or the culture of the group? Well, if I had to choose, I would choose something that is the most lenient, right? So I don't have to. I wouldn't. I mean, I would. If I'm choosing, I can mentally still be logically consistent. So I would choose a sect that I could live more peacefully in, even if it makes absolutely no sense. You know what I mean? I would probably pick. Do I have to choose one of the traditional sects of Islam, or can I use the modern ones as well? Because I would go with one of these. Yeah, or if one of these, I don't know, Western modern interpretations of the Quran where I could do basically anything I want and I'm still call myself a Muslim, I would choose one of those. Let's go with the traditional ones because that makes it too easy. From the traditional ones, I will probably become a Sufi. What do you think? What would you? Would you become a Shia or a Hanafi or a Hanbali?
So let's just put it into perspective. It's like I've been kidnapped and now I'm in Afghanistan or I'm in Iran. Well, I guess in that case, I would choose the sect that that my masters have. Obviously, I'd be like,
let's say you live in the US. Let's say you live in the US.
Or if I live in the US, and I have to pick a sect of Islam, I think then I'll go with Ahmadi Islam, but because their interpretations are pretty much anything they can be. Because their last interpreter of scripture, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, he died in 1902, so very recently. So like slavery's gone, all the bad bits are gone. It's still pretty bad. Don't get me wrong. Like I mean, you can't get rid of the Quran somehow, but yeah, I might pick that then if I really have to, and if I have to feel good about myself.
The Ahmadis still take the Quran very seriously, don't they?
They do, but they have they have a lot of interpretations.
Sufis don't take the Quran seriously.
Yeah, I know. But then with Sufism, I feel like I'm not doing justice. No, with Sufi, I feel like I'm not doing justice to scripture. It's just way too wishy-washy.
Yeah, that's the point. You could, the point is so.
No, but I want to feel good. No, but I want to feel good. I want to feel fulfilled and satisfied that I'm following in the, like I'm following the scripture.
Oh, so you actually you care
about.
That was
that. So, no, but
so you care about the consistency of the ideology. I care about being able to live my life.
No, but that would be the whole point of having to pick a religion or a sect. Wouldn't that be the whole point? Like otherwise, screw this. Like I mean, it just doesn't. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense.
No, but because if I'm being forced to pick a sect, I know internally my logic is sound. Like, are you saying my ideas will also change? Like my internal philosophy of mind will change if I pick the sect? Like I would actually believe this nonsense? Yeah, because then I would not pick Sufi.
No, but I think I think that's the point. Like if you have to pick one. If you have to pick it, like you say, okay, well, this is the one that makes sense.
So we have to choose between being logical or being stupid and bliss. Being like living a ignorant but blissful life, bliss and ignorance, or rationality and misery.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
Yeah, I think it's pretty difficult. Like I mean, I think about this. Because every time I engage in a dialogue with
I could make Sufism work rationally. You know what? The Sufis, they have a point. They don't have a point, but like let's say they have a point. They like the scripture. Okay, they have a philosophy for why they don't take scripture seriously. Not all Sufis. I know Sufis there's a lot of different kinds of Sufis. Okay, but there are sects that say like, look at the scripture is for the layman who doesn't have a direct connection to God. So it's not that they don't recognize that the scripture is there. They just said this is not for us. Okay, we have a direct line with God. That is for people who don't have that direct line. That's the Sufi way.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Look, I think once you become an atheist,
that's why they be shirky. That's why this is better. That's why Ibn Taymiyyah goes choppy on them, right?
Yeah. I think once you become an atheist, I think it's almost impossible to believe in anything. You just can't go back to any religion. All right, you're done. Can we talk about something else? Should we talk about
unless we get super chats, guys? I posted a link to our Secular Jihadists YouTube members if they want to come up on the Secular Jihadists community tab. There's a link there now. All right, let's go.
Can you find the video of the Quran burning? Not that I guess I don't have to show it. There was a censored version of that too, which we played. I'm trying to find it on my Twitter. I can't find it. But anyway, I like to make it as much TV network like as possible. Like when I'm talking and it's running in the background. But anyway, but obviously I'm not that good enough, because for that you need to do some homework. I've been doing some homework. I'm just trying to find one.
What are you trying to do? The Sweden Quran burning? Is that what you?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Just search picture here.
Anyway.
Quran. Why do we have to do the censored version? Is YouTube sensitive about showing?
No, I'm just saying, like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't want to. I'm just trying to make Muslims hear the side of things, because this includes a lot of graphics. Okay, so we know what almost 2 weeks ago, what's that guy's name? This Danish far right wing extremist, white supremacist, whatever his name is. He burnt the Quran, okay, to make a statement. He always does it. He did that in front of Turkey's embassy in Sweden. He obtained a written permission from the government of Sweden, and they allowed him to do it. Okay, so he did it. Muslims were upset, protesting, talking about it, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now they look at this, they protested, and they said, okay, well, we're going to protest in front of, sorry, where is it? Okay.
While you bring that up, I'm going to read to super chat that you just got. Rizi is give Harris Sultan a super chat saying, a small reward, your content has become better. Oh, thank you.
Great.
Thank you as on behalf of Harris.
Okay. Yeah. So this is some Muslims decided to go in front of Sweden's London, and they did what they do best, shrieking. They think that they're making a statement, and oh, you hate our Islam, but look at this.
That's the azan, the call to prayer.
That's call to prayer, yeah. That's the azan. That's their version of protesting and the same. So we somebody made, Nick, Nick, Aussie Nick. You met Nick. He made a very good tweet. He said, "Oh, freedom of speech, isn't that beautiful?" So Muslims, realize this. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? You're protesting using freedom of speech against freedom of speech. That's what you're basically doing. But anyway, isn't that beautiful that, in the West, you're allowed to do it? People can.
Yeah, I support this. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I'm okay with that too. This is what we're saying. Isn't that beautiful?
This is great. I appreciate this. And you could do that. And somebody who wants to burn the Quran should be able to do that as well.
So Muslims using free speech to protest against free speech. And also, some people started lying about this. Apparently, there was this Muslim guy. He planned to burn a copy of the Torah in front of Israeli embassy. And they started spreading the rumors in so many Muslim media outlets that, hey, look at this hypocrisy and double standards by the Swedish government. They did not allow him, which is an absolute lie. So this is Jewish Times, and let me read that to you. It's not true. The man, identified in reports only as a 34-year-old Egyptian writer living in Sweden, had reportedly received approval from Swedish authorities for the protest, which would have come in the wake of a far-right politician's recent burning of the Quran outside of a mosque in Denmark. The burning of the Torah scroll was prevented thanks to the leadership of the Muslim community in Sweden, said Rabbi Moshe David Cohen. So basically, both Jewish and Muslim clergy had spoken out against the desecration of sacred texts as a form of protest since the Quran burning.
So it wasn't Sweden that stopped it; it was the Muslims who stopped it.
Exactly. That's what. So basically, Sweden has no double standards, but Muslims have been lying. Hey, look, this is it. See, they didn't allow the Torah burning.
Well, don't say some Muslims that said that.
Yeah. Well, some Muslims. Yeah, okay. Well, whatever. Like I'm just saying. No, I actually saw that on.
Hey, let me be picky with you, so we don't get.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah, good. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. People otherwise, they deliberately misquote you. Oh no, I'm a Muslim. I didn't say that. People say that. Yeah, some Muslims have been doing that. Okay, but this hypocrisy, it is literally. I just can't make any sense out of this hypocrisy. This is a book got burned in Sweden, and the whole world knows about this. But look at this. Nobody knows about this. Nobody talks about this. An Ahmadi mosque. This is a third Ahmadi mosque that has been destroyed in Pakistan in a month. Look at this. They're destroying this Ahmadi mosque. No one's been arrested. No one has been stopped. This is TLP, by the way, Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan. And they just destroyed this Ahmadi mosque. 3 Ahmadi mosques have been destroyed. The excuse is that, hey,
by who?
By individuals, TLP, Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan.
By Taliban.
No, they're not Taliban. They're Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan. They're the ones.
Tehreek-e-Labbaik. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Tehreek-e-Labbaik. Yeah, they're Tehreek-e-Labbaik.
Which is a fundamentalist radical party, Islamic group in Pakistan.
Yes, based in Punjab. Yeah. But this happened.
So this is basically, for people who don't know, this is Sunni versus Ahmadi. This is one sect of Islam, dominant form of Islam, versus a minority form of Islam.
Ahmadi is not even considered a sect of Islam. That's the whole problem. So you'd be thinking that
they consider themselves Muslims.
No, Ahmadis consider themselves Muslims. Okay, so let me give you a
bit don't accept the narrative.
I'm not accepting it, but I need to explain that to people. Let me explain this to people. Of course, I piss them off and I say Ahmadis are Muslims, by the way. I just say that just to piss them off, you know.
But it's true, they are Muslim.
Yeah, well, yeah, we go by what people describe themselves as. Yeah, that's it. Okay. However you identify yourself, we go by that. So Pakistan, this is how bigoted Pakistan's penal system is. In the Constitution of Pakistan in 1974, they said that, okay, Ahmadis from today onwards are not considered Muslims. By the way, they actually did bring Ahmadi leaders in the reconciliatory committee or something. And Ahmadis, you know what Ahmadis said? Ahmadis said that we also don't consider you to be Muslims. They told that to Sunni leadership of Pakistan, Sunni Shias, everyone. They said, unless you believe in Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, we don't consider you Muslims as well. So then Prime Minister Bhutto at that time, he said, what? You don't consider us to be Muslim? Screw you. We don't consider you to be a Muslim. But the problem is they encoded that in the Constitution of Pakistan. So a part of that actually says that, this is how stupid this argument is, Armin, and I want to pick your brains on it. They say that Ahmadis cannot assume the manners of Muslims. For example, they cannot say the Quran is our book. They cannot say that they cannot create mosques with minarets because that is assuming the architecture of Muslims. So basically, they're saying that we have patent minarets, by the way. They cannot say Assalamu alaikum because this is us. So a question arises that, technically speaking, they're not allowed to do nip-sip as well because, you know, this is also Islamic. But then this is how stupid their argument is. If the roles were reversed and if Jews all of a sudden started saying, hang on a second, and I've been saying that to Pakistani Muslims on Twitter Spaces, etc., and they have no answer to it because they're absolutely too stupid, these guys. But anyway, so it's like, okay, what if Jews started saying that, hey, whoa, why are you taking our prophets, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, not Jesus, but Christians could say that, but you know, Noah, David, all of these guys. Why have you taken our names, like, you know, Dawood or Yunus or whatnot? So why are you stopping yourself from eating pork? Because we were the first ones to stop you from eating that. Why do you circumcise? Because we're the ones we did it. So why? So this is how stupid the logic is. Nobody would accept that. But Muslims in Pakistan only, not anywhere outside of Pakistan, only in Pakistan, they have said that, no, you cannot assume these manners of mainstream Muslims because this is patent by us. That's the reason why he was destroying the minarets, because he's saying you are assuming the manners of Muslims. That's why he was destroying them.
That's insane. But here's the thing: talking about destroying mosques, there are also other mosques that were destroyed just 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
So this was in India, and this is Hindus destroying mosques, right? But even if it's so that you might the example that you gave, you could be like, okay, I see why they're not covering that, because that is Muslims doing the destruction. So you're like, oh, so if an atheist or like a far right person burns the Quran, there's so many YouTube channels covering it. So many YouTube.
No, I'm talking about Muslims. No, I'm not saying that the West needs to cover this. No, I'm saying Muslims.
That's what I'm
Muslims
saying.
themselves don't talk. Okay.
No, that's what I said. I said so many Muslim YouTube channels are covering the Quran burning, but they're not covering the mosque destruction that you covered. Okay, but I'm saying it's even worse because that one that you showed, there's Sunni Muslims who are doing the destruction. So maybe like, okay, there's some bias here. There's some tribalism. So why they're not covering it? Those are the enemies of Islam doing it. This is Muslims doing it. I'm saying that even when non-Muslims are doing destruction, I mean, what is more significant? Burning paper that is your property or destroying other people's property? Why this has not even been done by Muslims. This has been happening to Muslims. I'm saying that a lot of Muslims are selective over what they want to cover based on where it's happening. So it's not just Western people who have a Western-centric perspective. Muslims also have a Western-centric perspective. Why is this not getting the same amount of coverage, or at least more? Right? We have this is Muslim property.
Brown Muslims.
Exactly. Okay, Muslims care about European Muslims and what happens in Europe more than what's happening to India. Even though this is a lot worse. That Quran that guy burned, it was his property, and nobody. Yeah, $5. This is other people's property that is being destroyed.
It's historic. It's a 300-year-old mosque. It's a 300-year-old.
Yeah, it's actually a historical.
By the way, but let me be fair here. This building apparently was blocking a road. First of all, again, like you could have built the road around it. But by the way, BJP government has also demolished hundreds of years old temples as well. So let's just be.
Well, they shouldn't but again, I'm not tribal.
So they've been logically consistent, and I'm like, okay, all right. I'm not going to paint it like Muslims paint.
I'm not tribal. I'm against all of it. These are historical buildings. And somebody look at this. Just look at this more saying widening road is by court order. So stop comparing more. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was by court order. Did you know that burning people alive during World War II was also by court order? I guess that makes it okay if it's by court order. You like look at this idiot calling me a moron, thinking that just because something was by court order, it makes it okay. What an idiot. You know how many crimes you could justify like that, Nanda?
Oh, yeah.
You're dangerous people. This is exactly how fascists think. Court order, that makes it okay. Jesus.
300-year-old mosque or 500-year-old temple being destroyed. I don't think that's very smart. I mean, 500-year-old?
Yeah.
That's a piece of history. That's your heritage. Okay, anyway, so that was Ahmadi Mosque. But guess what? This is not where the story ends with how Muslims in Pakistan, obviously, hashtag not all Muslims, but again, like it's at a level that we're going to look at it, and there's no outrage. There's so much outrage over the burning of a Quran, but there's no outrage when it comes to other people. Look at this. Do you want to see this? A temple in Pakistan, in Peshawar. This temple got destroyed, ransacked. In Peshawar, the northern parts of Pakistan, you can see that these Hindu deities being smashed. So nothing happens. This should imagine had we heard.
What do they have against the plants? Why are they destroying the plants? Are the plants Hindu?
When they're crazy, they just destroy everything. Okay, so it's not about whatever. So they do this, but this is such a hypocritical Pakistani system that even 295A, B, and C, 295A actually says that sacrilegious content or insult towards any religion is punishable up to 5 years in prison. But C is the harshest part with Muhammad. That's a life imprisonment or death penalty, which they recently added Sahabas in that as well. But that's not death penalty. That's up to life imprisonment. Okay. But no one ever gets charged in Pakistan for desecrating a place of worship that belongs to any religion other than Islam. No one has ever been charged. People get arrested, but then they let them go. They say, okay, well, all right. They apologize, and they're like, okay, that's fine. But everyone, don't quote me on that, but I'll stick my neck out for this. Over 95% of the people would be who are in prison. They're in prison for Islamic blasphemy. I looked at it. I actually looked at it a while ago, unless something's changed in the last couple of years or not. There's no one's ever been. People do get arrested for ransacking a temple. Not for the Ahmadi mosque though. For temples they do, but then nothing happens. They never get punished. They're always released. So look at this one, Armin. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Do you want to see this? I want to share something with you.
Yes.
So Switzerland in Geneva, there was a UN.
We only have 5 minutes though, so let's do this fast.
There was a UN convention. Really? I had so much to talk about. Okay, anyway, we'll talk about it next week then. Switzerland recommends Pakistan to abolish its draconian blasphemy law. The whole world should be pressuring the government of Pakistan. So there was a 42nd session of Universal Periodic Review of Pakistan and UN in Geneva. So listen to this. This is good.
Thank you. Now I'm inviting the delegation of Switzerland.
Monsieur le Président.
Mr. President, Switzerland welcomes the delegation of Pakistan. Switzerland recommends that Pakistan abolish drug-related crime penalties in keeping with the offences that are not part of the most serious crimes. Switzerland recommends that Pakistan broaden legislation in force to combat all forms of violence against women and girls and to guarantee effective implementation. Switzerland is concerned by restrictions to the right to freedom of belief or religion in Pakistan and recommends amending Article 263 in the Second Amendment of the Constitution that establishes a discrimination against Ahmadi Muslims, and we also recommend that they repeal Articles 295A, 295B, 295C, 298B, and 298C of the Pakistani Criminal Code in order to authorize freedom of thought, belief, and religion. I thank you.
So I remember last year or the year, it was the year before in 2021. There was in the European Parliament. I don't know if you heard about it. You might have covered this news story. There was a Christian couple that was accused of blasphemy, had been rotting away in Pakistani prison over some WhatsApp messages for 5 or 6 years or something. That issue was brought to European Parliament. They mentioned the couple by name, and they said we demand Pakistan to let those people go. Sorry, Shagufta, Emmanuel something. I forgot the name, but anyway. So then Pakistan, it was Imran Khan's government, and his interior minister, information minister said that, oh, well, these are Europeans. What are they saying? They have no matter. But within 4 weeks, not only they exonerated the couple who were in prison, but also bought them a ticket and quietly flew them to Netherlands. So the international pressure actually matters. So this, even though you might, like that little demand, it was rushed, and that whoever the woman was, she was really reading it out very quickly. But this thing matters because we have to talk about Pakistan's falling economy. Pakistan is on the verge of going bankrupt. So we're running out of time, but I wanted to talk about that too. But so I think this is a time when the international community forces Pakistan to, hey, if you want our dollars, you need to improve your human rights record. Right now, they're willing to do anything. They just forwarded the hand of friendship towards Prime Minister Modi. Modi said, well, sorry, I'm not interested right now. He's got elections coming up next year as well, etc. So it's, I think we're going through a very interesting time. But I think not only interesting, it's actually scary as well. Pakistan is, I don't know if you've been following this, Armin, Pakistan is on the verge of economic collapse.
What do you think will happen if that happens? If it completely collapses?
If it collapses, again, like, I don't know, I was reading this article. There's a common belief in Pakistan where people believe that, we are a nuclear power. Nobody would let Pakistan, get loose with 250 million radical conservative Muslims. So the West would not let us fail. Because they would not want 250 million conservative radical people to have access to nuclear weapons. But they might have some other contingency plans. I read this article, I can't remember, it was Washington Post or anyway, it was one opinion piece where they were postulating that Pakistan army is corrupt. The nuclear assets are in the hands of Pakistan government. So why can't we just buy those generals and give them American citizenship and give them $1 million each, $1 million per nuke? and they could probably get in when they think that Pakistan is about to collapse, and they can go in, they can extract those nuclear weapons. Then who cares? So that I'm just saying, I'm not saying that this was just a.
I'm scared. I am scared. I'm officially scared. Should I be scared?
So I'm just saying that there could be so many other contingency plans, because these generals would sell Pakistan in a heartbeat. They're already.
I know, but this is we're talking about nuclear material and chaos.
Falling in the house.
These things going together, I don't think this is dangerous. This is like, I don't know why the world is not panicking over this. This is not a Pakistan problem. This is a world problem.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, no, the world is not panicking because they're not talking about it. Do you think the Pentagon would not be keeping a close eye on that? So anyway, so this is a common belief. So this is a common belief that no, they won't let us fail, because if they let us fail, boom, nukes. But as I said, there could be contingency plans. But alternatively, by the way, let me give you a fact. So Pakistan only has got $2.5 billion left, which is 3 weeks worth of payments for their imports. So Pakistan is waiting on $1.5 billion financial installment from the IMF. But the IMF has said that, hang on a second, you've been artificially maintaining the value of Pakistan rupee. You've been subsidizing oil. You've been subsidizing electricity. We can't let you do that. Let it be free. Let the market decide the prices. And whenever they do it, it's a bad political decision, because people get upset. All of a sudden, there's very high inflation. How are they going to afford oil? How are they going to afford electricity? They already can't afford it. So no government wants to do it. That's why they heavily subsidize it. When they subsidize it, they go in debt. And then they go, please, IMF, give us some money. We need to do that. So IMF said, no, we're not going to give it to you, even though they have $5 billion for Pakistan, because they approved that back in 2021, I think, or 2020. So this was supposed to be the second installment of $1.5 billion. But anyway, more worryingly, the more troubling news is that by June this year, Pakistan has to pay $22 billion in installments, or the repayments. $22 billion. They've only got $2 billion right now. How are they going to pay 22? Obviously, what they do, they go to Saudi Arabia, they go to China, they say, please roll it over next year. But ever since I grew up, I've been seeing this has been rolling over, and it keeps getting bigger. The debt keeps getting bigger and bigger. So eventually, something's got to give way. So if it does collapse, I think the West, if they can secure the nukes, there's a F you all, because Pakistan, is it really worth saving? I know you said that it is scary, but we're only scared. No, but we are only scared because of the nukes. Other than that, it's got a poor human rights record. It's been a thorn in the eye of.
But what would happen? I mean, worth saving. There are people there, and if it collapsed, there would be a lot of misery. And
of course, there'd be a lot of misery. That's going to be terrible.
So
we need
to save. Like South Pakistan is worth saving because of the people.
Known as the idea. Look, people. Look, there will be misery. The idea.
Yeah, but like, what is the Balochistan? We don't have a replacement.
Let's just talk about it. Okay, let's just talk about it. Not that I support this. Obviously, I was born in Pakistan, so I would want this country to prosper and get better and become secular. But I'm just saying, I'm just doing wargaming. Balochistan separatist movement is at its
horrible.
It's
that's horrible.
Yeah,
that would be if Balochistan. As bad as Pakistan is, the alternative would be worse.
Of course.
Okay? So if we have, so it will have a very destabilizing effect on its neighbors, including India, Iran, and Afghanistan.
I keep telling this to Indians. Indians are so happy over it. I'm like, you have no idea. You have no idea what's coming your way.
Indians don't know that they should be rooting for Pakistan. Like a lot of them know, but a lot of them don't know that Pakistan, like people are like, yay, Pakistan falling apart. Like you don't understand.
You have no idea.
You are its neighbor. You want stability at your borders. You don't want Pakistan to fail. If Indians knew what was good for them, they would be hoping for for Pakistan to survive. Like this is not. as much as you might hate them, their interest, their survival is within your interest.
Yeah. If you destroy the beehive, it's gonna, the bees are gonna sting you first.
You don't want a collapsing country at your border.
Yeah, then you border. It's okay for America. It might be troubling for Europe as well. Like what happens in Afghanistan, something that all the refugees, because there's a land bridge, you could actually make your way to Europe. But imagine a country of 250 million people. Oh man, Iraq is what? How many? What's the population of Iraq? Was it 20 million? 25 million, I think. Iraq was 25 million. Afghanistan is like something like 20 million
population.
But
no, Iraq is double that. It's 45.
45. Okay, what's Afghanistan? Afghanistan might be 20 million then. 25 million. Yeah. So anyway, 45 million.
40 million.
Okay, 40 million, 45 million. Now triple that. And that's where you got Pakistan. 4 times that. That's where you got Pakistan. How are you going to... no, hang on. What is this? 6 times? Yeah, 6 times of that. What are you going to do with them? They're going to be running in all directions, and this is not good news for anyone. But
you would have separatist movements everywhere. It would be so unstable. You would have Islamists. There's so many radical Islamist movements that you don't have the Pakistan governments over them anymore. You have no idea.
The TLP that I showed you. Forget about TTP. You can't even handle TLP, Labaik. You can't even handle them. Labaiks don't have any weapons, but they're the ones who coined the term. Oh, your light's gone. Armin, what happened? Armin's frozen. What happened? Armin? I'm just thinking that there's gonna be that the jump scare is gonna come out of that. He's gonna go, whoa! Armin, what happened? Okay, I think he's gone. Actually, he had to go at 2 o'clock anyway. So, damn, I had so much to talk about. I had Andrew Tate to talk about. I only had Andrew Tate to talk about, so we can probably talk about it next week. I had, what else? There was another video I wanted to talk about. Okay, we'll talk about. There was this really, really sad. There was a sad video. Actually, I'm going to talk about this because this is important. I don't want to ruin your night or day or wherever you're watching. Somebody brought up that Quran 65:4. Okay, so Armin won't be joining us. I think he's got some technical problems. So some of us, actually, you know what? Now that Armin's gone, I might actually do my Andrew Tate. How about that, guys? Huh? How about that? Just you and me, eh? Just you and me. No one there. Power outage for Armin. What is he? Pakistan? Yeah, I know. That's so bizarre. I don't know. How's the weather in Canada? Okay. So we were talking about child marriages in Islam. Quran 65 verse 4, Aisha being 9. And this is what I talked about, that this is actually the legacy of Prophet Muhammad. There's so many things in... hang on, where is it? Let me bring that up. So there's so many other things that we can create. So there's so many things we can criticize Prophet Muhammad for, but his problematic marriage to Aisha when she was only 9 years old is obviously very troubling and embarrassing for a lot of Muslims. But a lot of people try to pay lip service to it, and they try to make excuses for it. They say, well, back in those days, girls used to grow up a lot quicker. Back in those days, he was only, it was only for those days. But at the same time, they make the claim that Prophet Muhammad is the best role model for all times and for all people. They say that. But this is the real world consequence of what Muhammad did. Now, let me tell you, this is going to disturb you a little bit, because it did disturb me. But this is the reality of the idea of child marriage that comes straight out of Islam. Not exclusively. So many other cultures have done that too, but they have moved on from it. But Islam doesn't let you move on from it. Have a listen to this. This is a footage from Afghanistan where a woman is crying. This is a little girl. She's crying. And her mother is also crying because her father is taking her away to marry her off to a much older man. And she does not want to be... She obviously doesn't want to go. And her mother is crying too. Her mother is trying to hold her too. But he's not listening to her mother too. And this does remind me of Aisha as well, who also said that she was crying. She was playing with her dolls. And these Muslims have the audacity to tell us that, oh, they do have consent. There is no consent. This is how troubling. This is a legacy of Prophet Muhammad. And there's so many people are suffering. And they will keep suffering because of this man's religion, because of what he taught us. Just for those who might see it for the first time, let me attach some references. Okay, so let's just start with the Hadith, what the Hadith says. And nobody makes any excuses for it. Some Muslims do. Sahih Bukhari 3896. This is authentic Hadith. It's widely accepted by Sunni Muslims as true. He stayed there for 2 years or so, and then he married Aisha when she was a girl of 6 years of age. And he consummated their marriage when she was 9 years old. Sunan Nasai 3257. This is also regarded as Sahih. This is narrated by Abu Ubaidah. This one is narrated by Hisham's father. So it's coming from multiple sources that Aisha was 9 years old. It's also coming from Aisha herself, Sahih Bukhari 4466. Allah's apostle died when he was 63 years of age. Sorry, this one, Sahih Bukhari 5134. The Prophet married her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. In flesh, what the video that I just played you, this is exactly how it would have happened. Fair enough, there's no record of her crying like that. But there are some sources where it says that Aisha was crying. She wanted to play with her dolls. And her father, Abu Bakr, said that. Her mother said that, okay, no, Prophet Muhammad wants to marry you. God has ordered him to marry you. Therefore, you have to go. And she said, I don't want to go. But she ended up going there. But some Muslims say, well, these are hadiths. Hadiths are not 100% Islam. But let me show you the damning verse from the Quran. So this book is talking about women you can divorce. So you infer from it. And when they have nearly fulfilled their term, which is the waiting term, either retain... Hang on, what's this one? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so this is probably much more easier to understand. Mufti Taqi Usmani, this is more recent. So when the divorced women, have almost reached their term, then either retain them with fairness or part with them with fairness. Let me find that. Okay, there it is. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Why I changed that? That wasn't a correct verse. There it is. This is the one. Okay. And those women from among you have despaired of further menstruation, meaning they're too old, they're not going to get any they're not going to menstruate anymore. If you are in doubt, then idda is 3 months. Idda is the waiting period. You have to wait for a certain amount of time before you marry a divorced woman or a widow woman. So you have to wait for 3 months. The reason for that is just because if it's less than 3 months, then you might think that she's pregnant with your baby, but the baby could belong to the previous husband. The 7th century problems of Islam. But anyway, so that's why Prophet Muhammad came up with this beautiful idea of, okay, iddah. So that's called the waiting period. So if you're in doubt, then the iddah is 3 months. The waiting period is 3 months. As well as of those who have not yet menstruated. Now, this verse is so problematic. Oh, sorry, I hadn't shown this to you. This verse is so problematic. Not only it actually tells you that you can marry with girls who haven't even menstruated, but it also tells you that you could actually have sex with them. Because if there is no sex involved, then there's no need for a waiting period. That's how bad it is. So Muslims can dodge the hadith, but they can't dodge the Quran. This chapter 65, verse 4, it's clear as daylight. It is talking to you about the waiting period of girls who have not yet menstruated. There could be 5, there could be 4, there could be 3. And this is the reason why. I played this video earlier. Let me play that again to you. Listen to this, what this guy has to say.
इख्तियार कितना होता है, ये आनाफ क्या है कि बाप, आप इसको इससे भी जो है वो देख लीजिए कि बाप का इख्तियार कितना होता है, वली का इख्तियार कितना होता है, ये आनाफ क्या है कि बाप.
I don't know why this keeps doing it. It's only with this video. I don't know why. Is Twitter down or something? It doesn't do that to any other Twitter video.
आप इसको इससे भी जो है वो देख लीजिए कि बाप का इख्तियार कितना होता है, वली का इख्तियार कितना होता है, ये आनाफ क्या है कि बाप.
Anyway, I'll add that. I think some of you guys have seen it. I'll add that video later on. But let's just try something else. Takes 2 seconds to download that way. I don't know, there's something's wrong with Twitter. I think they don't want me to play that. Okay. Let's watch this now.
इससे भी जो है वो देख लीजिए कि बाप का इख्तियार कितना होता है, वली का इख्तियार कितना होता है, ये आनाफ क्या है कि बाप 3 साल की बच्ची, 4 साल की बच्ची, 2 महीने की बच्ची का निकाह कर सकता है. ये आनाफ क्या है.
3 साल की बच्ची का भी निकाह
3 साल की बच्ची का भी कर सकता है, 5 साल की बच्ची का भी कर सकता है, नाबालिग का निकाह कर सकता है, रुखसती नहीं कर सकता. जाहिर है वो तो बुलूगत के बाद होगी. और अगर बाप ने निकाह कर दिया तो बाप के निकाह को बाद में बेटी बातिल नहीं करार दे सकती.
अच्छा.
So a girl, the woman, or well, she can't be a woman, it's a girl, she can't even annul her marriage. She can't say, well, sorry, Dad, you made a wrong decision on my behalf. I'm not going to accept this. She can't do it.
ये नहीं कर सकती कि जनाब ये निकाह मुझे, ये मर्द मुझे पसंद नहीं है, ये है वो है. ये आनाफ के हाँ ये बात है. इस बात को.
So there you go. So there's no discrepancy in that. There's no disagreement in that. Well, Hanafi school of thought, which is the predominant school of thought of Sunni Islam, that's what it is. And what the video that I played you, that basically it. That's the end game of that's the direct consequence, because Prophet Muhammad wanted to have a child bride for himself, and then Muslims give you all kinds of BS stories that no. Back in those, there's a very funny, there's a hilarious meme by Arabic translated memes. Let me show you this. Look at this. This is basically the argument of Muslims in a nutshell. It's a 6-year-old ready for marriage in the days of our Prophet. Look at her. Fully grown woman on the left. There you go. Fully grown woman. This is a 6-year-old in the days of Prophet. Literally, Muslims say that, oh, back in those days, because the climate was so hot, the average lifespan was much shorter. Therefore, back in those days, it used to be, girls used to grow up a lot quicker. But a 6-year-old in our days is like this one. No, a 6-year-old always looked like this one. If anything, they were even shorter and smaller because of poorer nutrition and worse healthcare, etc. So that's just these are the arguments that Muslims give you, and then you're like, well, how can we bring them to the 21st century? Okay. Should I give you? Well, let's just do it. I want to do. I think I should do Andrew Tate. What do you reckon? Should we talk about Andrew Tate? I think we need to talk about Andrew Tate. No, I think it's usually more fun with Armin. If Armin's not there. Okay, all right. We'll do it next week. We'll do it next week with Armin because I got loads to talk about. I was hoping that I could do one. Oh, by the way, let's just share something. This is hilarious. Andrew Tate is such a clown. Okay, Andrew Tate is such a clown and such a show pony, and everything that he said, most of it is overly exaggerated. Worth $600 million, BS. He's not worth that much. All his cars have been confiscated, and all his assets they're totaling around $5 million, and we don't even know whether they entirely belong to him or these are just these items are on finance. He's a wealthy guy, but not as wealthy as he made it out to be. That I've got yachts, I've got a private jet. So look at this one. He took a lot of photos in the stationary private jet. Apparently, this is just a stationary private jet, and anyone can go there and get photos taken. And this is what a lot of Instagram celebrities have been doing for a long time as well, such as this Instagram model. Apparently, this is exactly the same private jet. So that is Andrew Tate. But more troubling news is that okay, so let's just end with this one. Taters are so stupid. You know what Andrew Tate said? Just like Alex Jones, he said, well, this is just me playing a character. It's got nothing to do with, with my comments. All the comments that I've been making, it's got nothing to do with reality. This is just an internet persona. This is from a latest news article. Reuters have done a very good piece on Andrew Tate. It says, in the court document, lawyer Vidaniak said Andrew Tate's online persona was a virtual character constructed to gain followers and make money and had nothing to do with the real man. So, when they all get caught, and, because there's a treasure trove of evidence, his confessions, the confessions of Andrew Tate, if they actually made a movie on Andrew Tate and how he's been bragging about his crimes, it would actually end up being a comedy movie. It would not be a biopic. It would be a comedy movie. It would go down as one of the stupidest criminals who have ever existed. Every charge that they're about to throw at him, there is a tweet for it. He has confessed. He has confessed to forcing women to do cam. He to make porn. He's confessed on Twitter that he wouldn't let these women go out. He has confessed that he would shortchange them in videos. He has even confessed that, hey, I've just broken so-and-so traffic laws in Germany and France, and now I'm leaving Germany and France in a hurry, so screw you, Germany and France. He has confessed to having links with the mafia. So He's confessed all of those things. But here, just like everything else, he has confessed to everything. I am clearly, this is what he says, I am clearly the most authentic man on Twitter. No fake name, no fake accomplishments, no lies, just brilliance. I don't need to exaggerate because I am top tier at absolutely everything. In the court document, as I said, that he said that this was a virtual character. I have 0 fake accounts. Lawyer girl isn't me. Neither are the others. We laughed at you fools. Even think that's the case. I don't believe in fake it before you make it. All right. When he was doing exactly the same thing, he was faking it before he makes it. There's nothing fake about belief. You have to wait for the rest of the world to catch up with what you already know. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so he's just basically confessing that he is authentic. He's real. But the moment he gets caught, sorry, I was just faking it. I wasn't serious. But Taters are so freaking stupid that they still say, now they're probably scratching their head. They're like, okay, which Andrew Tate is true? Was that just a character? Or the character was real, but he's just saying it? Or he was never real to begin with? Which one is it? Taters were always stupid. And by the way, some people have been saying that, oh, look, he's unjustly held or without any charges for over a month now. And Romanian law actually allows you to detain people up to 150 days. So 160 days, something like that. So that could go as far as June. So he's screwed. And they have cited legitimate concerns that he's a flight risk. He himself, just like everything else, he has opened his big mouth in various places. There's a video of him saying that, if I'm wanted somewhere, I'll just fly in a hurry. Look at this. Just like that. Just like he fled from Germany, albeit it was for a very tiny matter. It was just a traffic violation. Look at him. He admits to breaking the law. And he thinks that, okay, people are just going to go. He goes, woke up in Munich. Running from the German police wasn't a good idea. They're outside and every car is impounded. They've also got everyone's IDs from hotel reception. That thank F. I used my dummy passport. I used a dummy passport. There you go. He uses dummy passports and he leaves a trail. Second time this trip, it saved me. Okay, there's another one here. Now, this is interesting. Okay, so it turns out the German police are not losers. They're actually serious G's. My Ferrari is gone. Tristan's Porsche is gone. The only way to get them back is go to the police station, but I'm sure we will get hit with dangerous driving charges. So he knew that he's going to get hit with dangerous driving charges. Formulating a battle plan. They have my car, but it has a fake plate. Oh, right. He's got a fake plate. Right. What would happen to you and me if we are driving around with a fake plate? If we get caught driving with a fake plate, should we say, oh, the Matrix has come and got me? Or you should, like any decent person, do your time and, and pay for your crimes. They have my ID, but it has a fake name. Fake driver's license too. They asked me if my car was parked outside. I said, no, I don't have a car. First time I'm ever wearing a mask. Don't want these nibbas to see my face. I don't know what that means. Can anyone tell me what that lingo means? Nibbas. Bags packed. I'm out of here. F Germany. Objective 1 is always to escape the hot zone. French and German police after me on 2 different names, heading to East Europe, where my connections keep me above the law. Stage 1 is a 6-hour train to escape German borders. So, there's a tweet for everything. He confesses to everything. How can Taters defend him? Not only just that. Let me go to another one. This guy is next level. You might have seen this claim by Andrew Tate fans. Oh, what happened to the Epstein's guest list? What happened to Epstein? Nobody got them because they were, his clientele was liberals. That's the reason why nobody went after Epstein. But guess who is worshipping Epstein here? Hey, there's a tweet for everything. What does he say here? Everyone wants to be friends with the champion fighter. It's why the Romanian mafia let me run my casinos here. It's, by the way, BBC have been trying to investigate that, and they can't verify whether he has any casinos or not. But anyway, we'll find out more about it. It's why the billionaires at Bugatti events will do business with me. I did not waste 4 million. I invested 4 million. Bugatti is integral part to my 50 million yacht plan. All right, mate. Everyone wants to be friends with the pimp. Doubt me? Epstein had access to pussy. Look at this. Look at his fucking friend list. It's basic human psychology. So he's basically trying to sell you the idea that, okay, you know, be a pimp. You need to be a pimp. Oh, sorry. Just guys, you need to tell me if you can't read me. Tino, you need to tell me if you can't see the screen because here settings are different. Okay. So Epstein had access to pussy. Look at his fucking friend list. It's basic human psychology. I have the assets every man who's not a hating bitch wishes they had. And the next best thing is being me, is knowing me. There you go. Epstein reminds me of when a girl catches me cheating and I instantly dump her. Evidence, schmevidence. There you go. Evidence, schmevidence. You don't exist anymore, so there's no case. There's no case. He's actually speaking in favor of Epstein. He is idolizing Epstein. And he's saying that you need to be a pimp because if you are a pimp, then your friend list can grow very rapidly. And this is exactly what he wanted to do. So where are the conservatives? But guess who else has been his friend? Let me show you something else. Okay, I think this is the crux of it. People say that Romania is corrupt. It might be. It probably is. But Andrew Tate massively miscalculated. Let me show you how. This is what Andrew Tate taught Romania. This is how Romania works. And it probably does work on a smaller level, but because Andrew Tate bit more than he could chew. When you are doing these kind of criminal activities, you need to lay low. You don't need to try to be the world's most famous internet celebrity. That's stupid. That is stupid. And that's exactly what happened to him. So this is how he used to think. This is what he said. Now, this is an old tweet, again, from his old Twitter account. By the way, it's still there. You guys can see it. On May 10th, 2019, Andrew Tate says, this guy was mayor of the Romanian party city, their own Ibiza. Allowed Arab sheikhs and the king of Madagascar to party for free in Romania, stole 250 million euros from the government, ran away to live with the kings in a mansion in Madagascar. So this guy, former Constanta mayor, sentenced to jail in Romania. And by the way, he's still serving his sentence. So basically, he was also a bit of a pimp. He used to traffic Romanian women to take to these rich Arab guys, etc. Every once in a while, you'd see a smoking hot Romanian chick tag herself there. There is only one reason Romanian girls go to Madagascar, basically, to prostitute themselves. He was importing the cuties. Now they caught him. Look at this, they caught him. But everyone knew exactly where he was for years. Yes, because it takes time, you idiot. And this is where he miscalculated. This is what probably Andrew Tate thought, that, you know what, I'm going to throw in some money, I'll be fine. But he actually says it himself. Look at this. He says that he literally had girls tagging themselves at his pool party. Everyone knew where he lived. Everyone knew who he was or what he did. My guess is somebody powerful wants a bribe, meaning someone in Romania wants a bribe. He will pay a few millions. There you go. This is a very important part. This corrupt politician will pay a few millions, then be back poolside next week at his mansion in Madagascar, importing Romanian beauty queens again. Such is life. This is where he miscalculated. He said that if I get arrested for pimping, trafficking women, whatever, I'll pay them money and I'll be out. But he is not getting out. Romania might be corrupt, but his problem is his grievance with the corruption of Romania is that he cannot use it to his own advantage. Give me a second. Let me show you this. Why did Andrew Tate move to Romania? Why did he go from? Let me play this. Let me play this video. This is the last video. I swear. I promise I'll let you go after that. Where is this video? It's SBS, which is an Australian, very respectable Australian news channel. They made a short video on that too. They got a hold of his old clip. I thought I had it. Where is it? Oh yeah, there it is. Stupid me. It was actually right underneath it. Okay. So this is the reason why he actually moved to Romania, because he thought that he would get away with it. And now he's complaining, oh, look, Romania is so corrupt. They're not taking my bribes. They're not going to take you because you're stupid.
No, I'm innocent. There's not much justice in Romania.
Oh.
I live in Romania, right? Romania is not a free country.
Right.
Do you think I could get away with doing more here than I could do in America?
No, of course you'll get it. You think that, and probably you would get away with more in Romania than in United Kingdom or Canada or America or Australia. They'll arrest you, and you know that. This is why you moved to Romania.
Anyone with money and some basic social skills and some nice friends can play the game. If we're going to accept that every single system on the planet is corrupt, why would you live in a place where you cannot access the corruption?
Woo! How's that going for you, Andrew Tate? Could you actually see the video? Did you guys see that? Could you see the video that I played? Can anyone tell me if you guys could see the video? Can someone tell me if you guys could see the video? Where's Tino? Is he gone? Okay, you saw it. Okay, good. So, yeah, he just wanted to access corruption, but he can't, and that's his problem. And this is why I think he is done for. BBC, I'm following this journalist on BBC. He's saying that now they're investigating other crimes as well, such as money laundering. They have actually confiscated his Bitcoin wallet as well, cryptocurrency wallet as well, and $300,000 worth of Tristan Tate's Bitcoin they've confiscated somehow. I don't know how they did it, but they've done it. So it's not just sex trafficking and rape allegations and assault charges, but also money laundering charges as well. And I think this guy is going to go down in history as one of the stupidest idiots. He genuinely thought that if I have money, if I have good friends, I would get out of it. And at a low level, he probably did enjoy it at some point. Have a look at this tweet. Look at this. He's bragging about it. He's bragging about it. He's saying, what is he saying? He's saying that Romanian police is giving him information. So he's got this video that he gets a WhatsApp message from Bogdan police. Bro, we have call on radio about street race with Ferraris and McLarens. Is it you? Bro, they put roadblocks. If it's you, go home. So the police, his contact in the police is telling him, go home. You don't need to, like, we're going to get in trouble. So get out of there. So anyway, he talks about it. He goes, okay, dangerous driving, illegal street racing, speeding, breach of quarantine. They said this was jail. I didn't offer a bribe. I could tell they weren't interested. They want to F me. I used USA passport. This is obviously he's talking to his lawyer. No problem. Well, is big problem. They want to make example, put you in jail, put you on news. The quarantine issue is difficult. This is back in 2021. So quarantine issues. Before he became world famous. The quarantine issue is difficult. I already have 2 clients with this. They're very serious. To me, you are always innocent. Georgina is bringing papers. This is one of his bottom pitches. Did you win the race? He goes 720, can't be beaten. Anyway, so Look at this. He is bragging about it. I got caught. Cop said, have fun, guys. Just don't crash. And they let us go. Didn't even run our licenses. Back to the streets, boys. And here we go. Because I'm going to have to take your license. Okay, officer, which one? He's bragging. USA, UK, Slovakia, Estonia, Thailand. And which one should I continue to drive on afterwards? F you. I'm Nico. I'm above the law. What does that mean? I'm Nico. Anyway, I'm Nico. I'm above the law. I just want to sit around with my brothers in Romania where I'm above the law. So he's been, there you go, another one. I'm a legal black hole. They can't make me. I'm above the law. Explain it, blah, blah, blah. So this guy really, really miscalculated. He really had some low-level contacts in the Romanian police station, the people who actually gave him a heads up. And he genuinely thought that, okay, I can do anything. I'm above the law. And he kept doing it. But this is what always happens. It always catches up. So guys, obviously every advice that he ever gave you was a stupid advice. Because look at him where he is. So, don't break the law. Arnold Schwarzenegger famously said, don't break the law. Break the rules, but don't break the law. That's true. Don't break the law. Break the rules. You can break the rules, but don't break the law. Because sooner or later they're going to come after you and they're going to get you, and then you wouldn't be able to get it. And you know what? I actually genuinely believe there might be some other people he might have on whose toes he might have stepped on. So there might be some people in Romania who actually want him out of the way. So it's all possible. There's the kind of cash that he's been dealing with, casinos. There might be some people who don't want him anymore. So they're like, okay, you know what? That's the problem with a bully. There's always going to be someone who's a bigger bully than you. If you think you're strong, there's always going to be someone who's stronger than you. So just what's that video that's been going viral? Find out. There's a graph of find out and fuck around. So the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. So I guess he's been fucking around for a long time. So he's going to find it. Well, he's finding out. So I think he's done. He's gone. I think he's facing somewhere around 20 years in prison. In Romanian prison, man, that's going to be bad. All right, people. I think this is it. I'll see you next week, next Sunday. Until then, ta-da, bye-bye.